He's just going to have to play it.
Good evening. Welcome to Tiger Stadium on the campus of Eufaula High School. The Tigers, big game tonight, 7th game of the year. They host the 5-1 Charles Henderson Trojans from Troy. 3-0 in region play, identical record to the Eufaula High School Tigers. Big game. This is a de facto region championship game tonight for the Tigers. And we're going to pause here for the playing of our national anthem. We come back with more pregame comments after the national anthem. Playing our national anthem by the Mighty Tiger Marching Band. We are just minutes away from kickoff between the Trojans and the Tigers. The Tigers, as we said in the opening, come in 5-1, 3-0 in region play. Number 9 ranked team in the Alabama Sports Writers poll this week in Class 5A. The Tigers, of course, the only loss of the season, an overtime loss, 16-10 to the visiting Pike Road Patriots 2 weeks ago. Charles Henderson's only loss of the season came against Beauregard also 2 weeks back. That was a 26-24 defeat. Of course, Charles Henderson opened the season with 6 straight games in Troy. As they opened with 7A Mary Montgomery. They were victorious 24-20 in that game. They defeated Greenville the next week 34-18, 38-14 over Carroll. As we said, the 26-24 defeat to Beauregard. Then they were victorious over St. James 26-14. Last week they defeated the Rehoboth Rebels 27-15. The Trojans fairly balanced on offense. They're led by junior quarterback Parker Adams, 5'11", 170. Adams has passed for over 1,200 yards this season in 6 games. So Trojans average a little over 200 yards passing per game, about 150 yards on the ground. Doug, I know that Coach Jernigan last night talked about a big receiver for them. So they do have the ability to throw the ball fairly balanced. The Tiger defense will have to be prepared for either tonight.
Well, we do know that they have the receiver that's received an offer from Houston, I think it was, among other places. So he is he's a threat, and he's not really faster than our secondary. Talking to Coach this afternoon when we came in, he's not really that great of a route runner, but he does hold a special ability of when he goes up for the ball, he comes down with it. And as you saw coming in, Charles Henderson's just loaded with size and talented players, and if they put it all together, they can play with anybody.
Right.
So.
They as we saw down at Greenville, we were so impressed in warmups with Greenville. They just looked really good on the field in warmups. Same can be said for Charles Henderson tonight. Just a lot of big athletes. We've got their quarterback actually has an offer from Faulkner. He's a junior, has an offer from Faulkner, as does their leading player on defense, safety Mario Davenport, 6'2", 170, has 4 interceptions on the season. Their leading lineman is Connor Jones. He's listed as a center. He's 6'6", 290. He looked pretty good in warm-ups, as did they have a big number 79. He's listed as a 10th grader, but 6 foot 350. Really big young man as we watched him down there on the field tonight. So Eufaula has played up in larger competition already this year. You figure that'll help them in a game like this, Doug, having already played Stanhope Elmore, Pike Road. We played Greenville, but also going up to Pell City, playing a 6A opponent. The 3 out-of-region games the Tigers have played this year were all 6A opponents. Charles Henderson, we said, played 7A Mary Montgomery, who has won their last 3 games down in the Mobile area. So they're coming on and having a decent year. They also played St. James and Beauregard. Beauregard actually is undefeated on the season and ranked just ahead of the Tigers in this week's poll at number 8.
I was beginning to worry because we match up in the first round of the playoffs, whether we're 1 or 2, with that Region 3, and that's Beauregard, Tallahassee, Valley, some of that, Chilton, not Chilton, not Clay Chalkwell. It's something like that. Drawing a blank right now, but they're ranked. But Jarrell doesn't seem real concerned. He's well, I guess you're always concerned. It's just watching him on film, he feels like we match up pretty good with that one. I know that Valley has the quarterback, the young man that was a point guard on the basketball team, very athletic quarterback. But it'll be interesting to see. You don't know a lot of that stuff till you get to playing some of the same opponents or playoff start. We do know second round either way would be Mobile School, and that's a 9-team region in Mobile. All those teams are loaded.
That's right. And, of course, UMS Wright leads the way down there at 6-0, undefeated. They've been ranked number 1 for much of the year. They still are ranked number 1 in Class 5A. Gulf Shore is having a great year. They're 6-1, 4-1 in region play. Their only loss, a close defeat to UMS Wright. Faith Academy at 5-1, 4-1 in region play. And Williamson at 3-2, 5-2 in region play. BC Rain 2-2. But I guess if the season ended today, the 4th team out of Mobile would be Williamson. And Doug, you mentioned, I thought that that Region 2 was paired with Region number 1.
First round we'll be going against Region 3.
Okay.
The brackets came out. You can find them on Alabama High School football history site. I was watching their Big 53. We were watching the warm-ups and everything. As he goes out, he's actually a captain, and so is Patrick. Of course, everybody knows Patrick's size for Eufaula. And I was looking as they went out. They're very close, but I pulled up the guy's size. It shows him at 6'6", and as they walked out, he had his helmet on, but I thought Patrick still had him by an inch or two, and that's kind of what it looked like when they shook hands. But still a very large lineman for Charles Henderson. Looks like Eufaula's won the toss. They're talking to Cotton, and he is going to receive. No defer in there.
Yeah. So the offense of Eufaula has really been rolling the last couple of weeks. 44 points on the board last week at home against Carroll, 54 points the week before. So the Tigers averaging 49 points a game over the last couple of weeks. Tigers will be receiving in the south end zone, so they'll be moving from right to left as we view the field here from the home side of Tiger Stadium. They'll have their backs to the south end zone. The Trojans in all white, pants trimmed in blue. Jersey shoulders are trimmed in blue and orange, white headgear. So Charles Henderson's colors, orange and blue and white. So we'll also have the the Tigers will be led out tonight through the sign by the horse once again tonight with the flag. So I guess that's becoming a new tradition here for home games, Tiger Stadium. But you mentioned that when we got just a moment, Doug, region number 2 or region number 3 that the Tigers are paired with is Demopolis, Selma, Holtville, Shelby County, Jemison, and Marbury. So the winner of this game, if the region ended tonight, it would be either Shelby County, or Jemison in the first round.
I may be in the wrong one then because I thought it was Valley, Tallahassee.
That's region 4.
All right. Well,
so
I'm not sure. Until we take care of business tonight, it really doesn't matter. We got to take care of business next week with Rehoboth because that still could shake things up. I mean, a lot of things could happen if Charles Henderson wins this game this week. And I'm going to be honest with you, Headland is pulling for Charles Henderson tonight because they could still have a 3-way tie for first. If Charles Henderson was to beat us tonight, Headland was to win tonight, Charles Henderson goes to Headland next week. Well, that will not be an easy ball game for Charles Henderson. And, that's Headland's outside shot at still being a number 1 seed.
Yeah, I just thought it was region 1 against region 2, according to the bracket that I was looking at. But, shoot, I've had the hardest time looking and figuring out that bracket this year.
I would hope we would be region 2, number 1. Well, I don't know. That's not what I looked at on it. Who knows? We'll cross that bridge when we lock it up.
Yeah, we're still a couple – hopefully by next Friday night or the Coaches Show next week, we'll be able to tell you more about this. After tonight's game, tune in next Thursday night, 6 o'clock, for the Chick-fil-A Eufaula Coaches Show.
And we were told before the game we're going to have a new running back tonight. It's actually Slaughter, number 6's brother, younger brother, a freshman. He's number 6. Is the horse and the Pee-wees team leads the Tigers out on the field. That's something those kids will remember the rest of their life right there, Charles. But number 27, the freshman, will see some action tonight because I know we have a lot of folks out there that are Chubb fans, number 22, but we were told Chubb broke his hand in practice this week and will not be playing tonight. Doesn't sound like he's going to be playing for several weeks.
So that's a big loss for the Tigers. He runs very hard, the senior. And, of course, we got Jave Williams, sophomore, that's played a good bit this year as well, number 20. And, of course, the new Tiger that Doug was referring to. So it will be the Tigers of Eufaula receiving the kickoff tonight to start tonight's game. And
Keith, I want to give a special shout out before we got started. I don't do this very often, but I know a lot of folks are going through a lot of things up the road, and there's a lot of folks up there listen to us on Friday night, get a chance to watch sometime. So wanted to give a shout out to the Meade folks on both sides of the line up there tonight, and thoughts and prayers are with them, and I hope everything works out well for them.
So dropping back deep for the Tigers will be Nick Floyd and Tony Coleman. We watched this kicker in warm-ups for Troy, Nick Pearson. He has a very strong leg. He was punting the ball about 55 yards consistently in the air on his punts and his kickoffs. He was kicking them from midfield through the back of the end zone. So I would be surprised if this doesn't go into the end zone on a fly.
Well, I was I guess doing my engineering and my concession duties earlier, but I just ask you this: is he a better kicker than Pale City's kicker?
He's close.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, he's outstanding kicker then,
and just a junior according to the roster. So. Ball's on the tee. We were waiting for the signal from the officials.
Almost a full moon tonight. Let's hope it doesn't get crazy here.
There's a kick. We're underway. Booming high kick that's going to come down 9 yards deep in the end zone. We were told this kid's going to be a Division I kicker, so it looked like it there.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see a good kicker and he'll kick it in the end zone, but to have the height and the hang time to go with it's something else.
So from the 20-yard lines where the Tigers will take over to begin tonight's game. Tigers open in their normal formation. It's a pistol formation with Red Harris behind Copeland Cotton. Shifting over to the right side is Pugh. Now motion by Slaughter back to the right. It'll be handoff to Harris up the middle. Harris with running room. He's in the secondary. It's a foot race already. 45-50, 40, 35-30. Harris going to be drugged down from behind inside the 30-yard line, down around the 28-yard line. So a big gain already, 52 yards for Red Harris on the game's first play.
Yeah, the defensive end came crashing down, or maybe it was defensive tackle came through, and his eyes was on the quarterback, and he just let the back run right up the middle past him, and it was a huge gainer for the Tigers. I think they were looking for that toss sweep to Slaughter going to the outside, and he was looking to tackle Slaughter, but Slaughter didn't get the ball.
And as you said, 27 was checking in the game. Harris stayed in. That's the other Slaughter.
He said he's going to play a lot of slot, but he's also going to play running back, a freshman. I started to say a true freshman, but a freshman, so it'll be interesting to watch him.
The JV season is over. They played their last game Monday night. 1st and 10 from the 28. Going to be the jet sweep this time to Aurelia Slaughter around the left end. Looking to turn it upside. He picked up a good block from Red Harris on the corner. He goes ahead for 11 yards and another Tiger first down.
I was wondering because they came out at a 5-man front with the linebackers walked up, and it was going to be interesting to see if they were trying to stop the Eufaula run. But the first 2 plays, Eufaula running it right down their throat.
Here's the first down play. Harris up the middle at left guard. He's going to be stacked up after a short gain, a gain of 2 down to the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. It'll be the first 2nd down play of the game so far, just underway from Tiger Stadium. Tigers took over at their 20-yard line after the opening kickoff was a touchback. 2 plays took them down inside the 20-yard line of Charles Henderson. 2nd and 8 from the 15. 2 receivers right, 1 left is Anderson. Pugh, H-back to the left. Hard count by Cotton. Now the Tigers look to change the play. They are changing the play at the line of scrimmage. 25. Cotton takes a shotgun snap. He's going to hand it to Harris off the right side. Harris is lowering his head.
Oh,
the ball comes out, and the turnover is going to go to Troy as they take it back across the 20.
He's trying to say he was down, but the officials have already got it marked.
Yeah, it happened so fast. It's hard to say if he was down or not. But the fumble on the play, he would have been about 3 yards short of his first down. He was down around the 10-yard line when the ball came out.
Well, I gave him 4 yards on the carry before I gave him the fumble.
That's about right? Okay. Yeah.
So a positive drive comes up short. It was 1 minute and 41 seconds, I guess. There, Tiger defense needs to get the ball back. 4-man front for the Tigers. 3 lined up to the right, Yanze to the left.
And movement into going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Tigers as jumping into the neutral zone. But the Tigers have done pretty good on turnovers. We even mentioned it last night on the coaches' show. Unfortunately, it rears its ugly head. The Tigers were headed for points there before the turnover. It'll be 1st and 5 now from
empty
just
backfield
across the 25-yard line. As Doug said, empty backfield for Parker Adams, the junior quarterback. Now they shift it back with Adams. They'll hand the ball off to the back. Big number 20. He's running hard. He'll pick up 10 yards out to the 35-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Charles Henderson first down. That was Antonio Frazier. He is listed as a sophomore, 5'10", 205.
They mark him back right at the 25, so about 9 yards there on the carry where they started. And they quickly up to the line. They told us in the coaches show yesterday they didn't run tempo, but it sure looks like they're ready to.
3 receivers right. Now they shift it back into the backfield with the quarterback Adams. They'll take it. They'll hand it to the back once again. He's hitting straight up the middle. This time the Tigers are there, and they stop him after a 2-yard gain. Once again, that was Antonio Frazier on the carry for Charles Henderson. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Interesting defensive alignment. You've seen it before from the Tigers. They pretty much put a man on nose and then 2 to the right. Yanze has the whole left side to himself. He hasn't really been double teamed tonight, first couple of plays, but they ran away from him.
Looking at the pass for the first time tonight is Charles Henderson. There is a flag down looking for a hold against Charles Henderson as the pass falls incomplete. They pretty much tackled Yanze that time.
And Yanze's pointing at it. There was 3 of them on him, as you were able to see. I keep forgetting we actually have video this year. Thank you, Charles. But they got a takedown, but it was because they mugged him over there, and that'll be a spot penalty, Keith, which is the flag is at the about the 33, so that's behind the line of scrimmage.
So that would be about a 12-yard penalty. They're going to put it down at the 23-yard line, so it is 12 yards on the holding call against Charles Henderson. So second down, be 22 yards to go for the Trojans from the 23-yard line.
Just as we had talked about not being double teamed, they actually put the guard. Of course, there's nobody over there but Yanze. So the guard, the tackle, both were blocking him, and the back actually came over and blocked him. So, if you're taking up that many folks, somebody else is free somewhere.
It was good backside pressure that time coming in from the backside defensive end. I believe it was Xavier Dennis. Motion from Charles Henderson looking to throw a flare. Yanze almost tipped that ball away. The Tigers are there, and they force him out of bounds after a short gain of 2 up to the 25-yard line. So a 2-yard gain on the completion. It'll bring up third down and 20 for Charles Henderson.
Yeah, we've talked about that. We were telling their announcers how Yanze's fast, tall, lean, and he's subject to bat down some passes tonight. They said, I don't think he's going to get to our quarterback. Well, he did that time. It was almost a pick six.
So third and 20 from the 25-yard line, empty backfield. They call for the shotgun snap. They're going to throw a wide receiver screen on the short side of the field. Good blocking that time for Charles Henderson. They crossed the 30 up to the 33-yard line, but he'll be about 12 yards short of his first down. It'll be a fourth down punting situation for Charles Henderson. They're actually going to mark him up around the 34-yard line. So that play did gain 9 yards, but it'll be a punting situation for the Trojans.
The Trojans going to have to punt the ball back to the Tigers, but they did gain some field position there. Now with the punt, Tigers will have to drive all over again. Let's see if the Tigers are fielding punts tonight.
Good punter. There's a booming tight
punt.
spiral that's going to turn over and be fielded by Browning Anderson, not on a fair catch, but he is tackled right there at the 21-yard line. But a good job by Anderson fielding that punt. But what a big punt that was.
Oh, and it would have been down around the end zone if he didn't catch it. I'm glad he did. But he looked unsure as it was coming down. I wasn't sure he was going to catch it. But the Tigers are going to have to go 80 yards now to get back to pay dirt after the fumble on the first drive. Actually, 79 from where they mark it.
So 8:52 on the clock here in the first quarter, still scoreless. We follow second possession of the night. Senior quarterback Cotton calls for and takes a shotgun snap. Looking to throw for the first time tonight. He's going to flush from the pocket. They're going to throw a holding penalty on Eufaula. It's going to be a really big one as they throw it back to the 12-yard line, Doug. If they mark that off half the distance to the goal, the Tigers are going to be looking at 2nd and 24.
Well, I understand you got to try to keep them off balance, but Keith, we marched right down the field in huge chunks running the ball last time, and we come out trying to throw the ball there, and now we're really up against the wall. It'll be first and about 30.
I think they'll mark half the distance. They're marking it from the 15-yard line. That's going to take it. Well, they marked off a full 10. Doug, I think that's a mistake there. They normally go half this distance to the goal.
I told you last week I seen better eyes on a stove than some of these officials.
So minus 10. Cotton throwing out of his end zone now. He's going to throw a long pass. It's going to be just a little high, intended for Tron Mitchell up around the 16-yard line. Goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 25 from the 5. Doug, to say this is a big play here is an understatement because Tigers can't get it off their goal line here. They would be giving the Trojans very good field position.
They have, between the punt and the penalty, it would be half the field flip-flop.
Harris is back in the backfield behind Cotton. Charles Henderson showing pressure. They hand it to Harris. Harris picks his way through the line. He's going to drag a tackler up to the 9-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4. Help set up a third down and 21.
That would have been a good 4 yards.
Third and 22, pardon me. 3rd and 22. So what do you call on 3rd and 22?
Speed sweep to Slaughter.
Sounds like a good play to me.
There's actually a pass because he tosses it.
But if they do it, they'll have to run it to the short side of the field here as Slaughter's lined up on the right side. rolling to the right side, going to pass it over Slaughter's head, but it was good coverage that time. Number 8, Damian Hart, a senior middle linebacker for Charles Henderson, was blanketing Slaughter. And here we are, 2 incompletions, a 4-yard run, and the Tigers are punting from their 9-yard line.
Well, it's a chess match, and it's all about field position a lot of times, and Charles Henderson's coming out with a better end of that so far, as our Anderson will stand 6 yards deep in his own end zone.
Talk about turnovers. That turnover on the Tigers' first possession was a very big play in this game from a momentum standpoint. There's a punt. It's going to be called for a fair catch at the 40-yard line. So Charles Henderson punted from their own 34. They take it back over 26 yards, better field position at the 40-yard line of Eufaula.
We appreciate you joining us tonight. We're bringing you the game. This is Charles Henderson's second possession from the Brown Heating Air Conditioned broadcast booth. 1st and 10 from Tiger territory with 7:56 to go in the first quarter of play. No score.
Shotgun formation once again for Charles Henderson. 3 receivers split to the right. The ball is right in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line of the Eufaula Tigers. Now they get into a tight bunch set. Going to run the little toss sweep out of shotgun. Eufaula Tigers are there to bring him down after about a 2-yard gain. That time was Zach Coleman, 6 foot, 215-pound running back for Charles Henderson.
Yeah, a different little wrinkle there. I think Eufaula, but they made a good adjustment the last second. Actually, they only give him about a yard on that, Keith. When it's all said and done, it'll be for a 2nd and 9.
Big possession, defensive possession for Eufaula here, with Charles Henderson taking over in Tiger territory. He moved toward the line of scrimmage. No flag on that. It was actually forward motion. Pass is complete. It'll be good enough for a Trojan first down to the 26-yard line of Eufaula. 15 yards on the throw and catch. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Charles Henderson, actually at the 25. Give him 16 yards on the play. It's good accurate.
3 for 3 for the quarterback from Charles Henderson.
1st and 10 from the 25 of Eufaula.
First game on the road for Charles Henderson tonight. Hadn't bothered him so far. Eufaula goes to a 4-man front.
Looking to throw once again. They're going to throw a fade route down the sidelines. It is incomplete. Good coverage that time for Eufaula from Zion Williams. Incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10.
He was all right where he was supposed to be the whole way. The only thing he didn't do was look back for the ball, but that's about as good as coverage as you can get in high school football. Actually, I talked about us going to a 4-man front. They've actually flipped, and Yanze is on the other side of the ball now, lined up on the right side of the defense, and it's an even 4-man front across the front.
Motion back across to the right, turning up early once
That's
again.
They're
going to hand it off to the running back, looking to
That's
turn
a
the corner.
hole.
He does. He's down the sidelines. He's going to go inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Charles Henderson.
They got away with a crack back on Yanze and a hold on the outside, and even the guy threw up his hands afterwards because he knew he did it.
Well, one other thing, if you'll notice,
how many was it?
There's 17 yards on the play, but their motion man is turning up early. On 2 plays in a row, they have done that. It's not Canadian rules football. 1st and goal from the 8. They'll hand it off to the back, looking to sweep the right side, and going to be brought down. They're going to throw a face mask penalty on Yanze, I believe.
Well, the helmet did come off from before. He won't lose the yardage. It would have been about a 5-6 yard loss, but it'll be half a distance to the goal. He doesn't have to go out of the game because it was pulled off, but I think he took a pretty good shot to the face, and he's wanting to go out.
Yeah. I was concerned about a possible face mask on that play because Yanze did have his hands up high up around the headgear, and it's going to be half distance to go. It'll be an 8-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and goal all over again. Tigers into the neutral zone. It's going to cost them 5 more, or half the distance. I'm sorry, about 3 more yards. So far, not a sharp start for the Tigers in red and white. Multiple penalties, a turnover. It'll be first and goal from inside the 5 now.
I think they just realized the 25-second clock has not been working at all up to this point. I noticed it when we were on our first possession going down the field. That's, I don't want to, heck, I ain't going to say I don't want to get after them. Y'all know me. It took them, 2 possessions since then and a dozen plays for them to realize the 25-second clock's not been working correctly. Actually, they're moving the ball a yard closer, Keith. I'm not sure what that's about.
That's about right, because it was about the 7.5-yard line. They've got it down.
They say roll the clock, and again, 25-second clocks are not working.
Handoff. No, it's going to be the quarterback. He hitches.
He didn't catch that in the end zone?
Yeah, he didn't catch it in the end zone, but his feet were in the end zone. He was leaning outside, but Charles Henderson has scored on a 3-yard touchdown pass, and they take a 6-0 lead.
That's what our defenders were saying, but I'm telling you, this little official over here on this side has done cost us several times. It would have been to the one, inside the 1-yard line, but nevertheless.
So the fine kicker is in to kick the point after touchdown. Kick is up. Kick is on top of the concession stand and good. 7-0 is the score in favor of Charles Henderson. 6:02 to go in the first quarter of play. They capitalize on the good field position starting at the Eufaula 40-yard line. They move the 40 yards in 5 plays. Of course, they were aided by a couple of penalties against the Tigers. The face mask was a big penalty, Doug, because it would have been second and goal from the 16-yard line, and instead it was first and goal from about the 7. We immediately jumped off sides, gave them first and goal inside the 5, and they capitalized on first down.
Several things hurt on that. You could go all the way back to our offensive possession, the holding call that put us deep in our own territory on a pass play from deep in your own territory. Didn't help matters none either. So Tigers just need to regroup. It's only 7 with 6 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. Just drive it down the field like you did the first time and punch it in.
Tigers have trailed before. They trailed by 14 on the road at Headland. Second week of the season, they trailed to Pike Road and came back to force overtime in that ball game. It'll be the third possession of the night for Eufaula. The second time that Charles Henderson has kicked off. It's a lower kick this time, kind of a squib that's going to hit, but it's going to roll through the end zone. Kicked it away from the return man, Coleman. It'll go through the end zone. That's where the Tigers will take over at the 20-yard line. Their third possession of the night, trailing 7-0.
If they ever decide to do an onside kick, Keith, they've got numbers on us the way they line up. They put 5 from the hash mark over and then 5 from that hash mark all the way across the field, and we're not adjusting to it on the kickoff. So if it comes down to it later, keep an eye on that.
First and 10 from the 20. Pugh shifts over to the right side. Going to hand off to Harris up the middle. They're going to throw a flag immediately into the center of the.
How do you see anything that fast?
I don't know, but
he threw it almost as fast as the ball was snapped.
Well, the trends continue on the penalties.
And half the distance would be to the 10. So I guess we're going for 20 tonight. We had 19 last week. Was it 15 the week before?
It was something like that, yeah. First and 20. Cotton drops back, looking to throw. He's going to throw it. And the passes are sailing high on him this week for some reason. That's the third overthrow here early in the first quarter. That one was not even close over trying Mitchell's head.
If it had been much lower, it would have been a pick 6 because they had a guy sitting right there between him and the receiver. All right, backs against the wall again. We've got to do something. Are they going to come away with good field position again?
3 receivers right. Cotton calls for, takes a snap. He's going to roll out to his right this time. He's going to throw it low. It is good. He went down and caught it. Tron Mitchell did a good job going down and catching that ball right off the shoestrings. Pass picks up 9 yards. They'll still bring up 3rd down and 11. Cotton had almost the perfect game last week, Doug. I mean, just was on. Everything was on the money. This week, a little off so far on the accuracy. Slaughter in motion. Cotton drops back. He's going to throw a pass. It's going to be Mitchell. Catches it at the 45-yard line. He's in the Charles Henderson territory. He's going to be drugged down from behind inside the 35. A bullet right there. A dart right on the money. As that was good coverage from
50.
Charles Henderson. Had a man short and long,
49.
but Cotton put it right in between the two. Good for a Tiger first down, a big play, 49 yards, and the Tigers back in Trojan territory at the 33-yard line. A big first down conversion there. The Tigers converting 3rd and 11 from their 19. Handoff to Harris up the middle. He's going to dive down to around the 30-yard line. Give him 3 on that carry.
There goes that band thing we talked about again, Keith.
Yeah. 2nd down and 7. Cotton looks to throw. He's going to throw a fade route. Has a man out there, but he's going to lead him out of bounds. That was Tron Mitchell down inside the 10-yard line. That incompletion brings up 3rd down and 7 from the 30.
That wasn't really too much Cotton's fault. As we had something going on the line. I have no idea why our right tackle let him by. Our center was actually pulling on the play, but it was straight to the quarterback for the defensive end, and it caused Cotton problems.
So 3rd and 7 from the 30 of Charles Henderson. Play fake. Cotton's going to throw a pass. It's going to be caught by Slaughter down at the 20-yard line. That'll be good for 10 yards and a Tiger first down.
That looks more like what we've seen recently from Cotton.
You follow quickly up on the first down play. It'll be Harris, Red Harris, trying the middle of the line. He is stacked up there. He might have got a yard. But Charles Henderson loves to drive him back. And
well, the official gave him a big warning, talked to several of them after that last time they slung him down backwards. And actually it was the same young man, number 6. But I guess we'll get at least 2 warnings from the official if you're Charles Henderson.
There's been one holding penalty against Charles Henderson tonight. Slaughter on the speed sweep around the end, and
Great
good speed coming out of the secondary. That's their leading tackler, Mario Davenport, bringing Slaughter down for a loss of 2 back to the 21-yard line. That's the first time I can recall this year that we lost yardage on that speed sweep. But they knew it was coming, and once again, it's a 3rd and 11 for the Tigers. They just converted a 3rd and 7. They converted 3rd and 11 earlier on this possession, but 3rd and 11 once again from the 21-yard line of Charles Henderson. Cotton takes, looking to throw. He's going to be pressured. He's going to be sacked way back.
Come on, give him forward progress. He shoved him 10 yards back. One official's marking it up there.
Yeah,
the head
they're
officials
marking it around the 30.
Okay, all right. Well, the head official was fixing to mark
Still
it
going
at
to be a
the
loss
38.
of 9. So Tigers go backwards 11 yards on the last 2 plays. And the Tigers are going to play field position. They're going to punt from the 30. Apparently.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Well, it's
I tell you what, if their safety's going to fly up like he did on that speed sweep, hand it to Slaughter in a few minutes and then let him throw a pass from that because he just vacated the secondary.
The Tigers are punting. If it goes in the end zone, they gain 10 yards. If the man catches it for a fair catch at the 10, they gain 20 yards.
Wow.
Kicks it straight to the left side,
It's a
it's a shank. It's going to be about a
right
1
down the
yard.
line of scrimmage.
It's a 3-yard punt. 3-yard punt.
Can't do nothing right so far. We get down close to the red zone, and we've shot ourselves in the foot twice in the first quarter as the Trojans lead 7-0 with 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Charles Henderson offense back out on the field. Every time they've come out, they've tried to draw us off sides on the first snap. And
Third possession of the night for Charles Henderson with 2:24 to go in the first quarter play, with Charles Henderson leading 7-0. Looking to throw. Charles Henderson going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete, intended for wide receiver number 3. Good coverage that time once again by Zion Williams. He got there right about the time the ball did. Intended for Stephen Mosley. Incomplete. Second down 10.
We're back to that 4-man front, Keith. And like I said, it's a man over the nose and then 2 to the left. Yanze's all by himself to the right. You know, I understand what they're doing there, but actually they're spreading it out an even 4 this time. But it causes Yanze to get double teamed every play when you do that because the guard and the tackle have nobody else to block on that side. Now they're going to, well, as soon as I say that, they shift down, but it's more even spread 4-man front.
Motion back to the right. They're going to run the running back this time, and he is going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss of 2 on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 12 for Charles Henderson.
But the quarterback has time. He's a very accurate quarterback, so it's going to be all about getting some pressure on him.
So 3rd and almost 13, basically. They've got it just inside the 20-yard line. The first down would come just across the 32. So
what a hole.
They set up the screen. They do throw a late flag. It would be a first down for Charles Henderson if the play stands, but there's a flag lying back at the 14-yard line.
It has to be a hole. They were holding. Yanze, actually, when we spread 4-man across that time, the guard had to block number 97, which is in front of him. Yanze was next to him, which was the tackle. Yanze was going around him, and it was either reach out and grab him or go to his quarterback's funeral next week. And he reached out and grabbed him, and the official was right on top of it. And that, like you said, Keith, if that's a spot foul, now it was full 10 yards on us earlier inside the 20. This is from the 15-yard line. We'll see where they take it to.
Is exactly the same place where they marked it off on the Tigers down at the 5-yard line earlier, and they're going to mark it off 6 yards.
Wow.
Well, folks, you make your own. You draw your own conclusions. They mark it off 10 yards from the 15 against Eufaula. The same official just marked it off half the distance against for Charles Henderson.
Probably close to what Pike Road had against us that time. So let's.
It's 3rd about 29.
I think it was 3rd and 32 with them.
From about the same spot on the field. Quarterback's going to have time this time. He's going to pull it down, try to run. He is hit down. Number 7 for Eufaula, Jaquavius Moss. A big hit on the quarterback after a short gain out to the 13. Give him 5 on the play, but it'll be a punting situation for Charles Henderson. 3 and out.
And that's what Eufaula is. They have an excellent kicking team, but Eufaula should come away with good field position as long as we field the ball cleanly.
Clock is running with a minute to go here in the first quarter.
As good as this kid from punt, he's standing at his goal line. If it hits, it could roll till my tongue hung out. I noticed they only sent one official up here in the press box tonight.
There's a low, not really that low, but it's a we call fair catch that time when there was a little bit of running room that time.
Yeah, but he caught it.
That's right.
He
caught it at the 44-yard line. A 49-yard. No, I'm sorry. It was from the 13. That's 13. A 53-yard, or is that a 43-yard punt. 43-yard.
Still
punt.
Good field position, but normally you have it in their territory. In that when we punted from our end zone, they had it at our 40. We get it at our own 44.
39 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Eufaula trailing 7-0. Going to hand it off to Harris this time, trying the middle, and he is stacked up after a gain of a yard on the play. Where there was a lot of room early, there's not much room now up the middle. Eufaula open with a 52-yard run on the first play of the game.
Tigers do not have to run a play here if they don't want to. Yanze Pierre checking in. He's actually checking in as a wideout. They're going to let the clock run down. That'll be the last play of the quarter.
There was no gain on that play when they spotted the ball down. It looked like he gained a little, but no gain.
So that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Charles Henderson leads 7-0 over the Eufaula Tigers. We'll be back at the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth right after this commercial timeout.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? APEC Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
We're back at Tiger Stadium where the Tigers face a 2nd down and 10 from their 44-yard line. Big series of downs here for Eufaula as they trail 7-0. Charles Henderson, Eufaula's moved the ball. They have over 100 yards of offense so far tonight. They are outgaining the Trojans statistically, but they trail on the scoreboard as Charles Henderson got the short field earlier and were able to cash it in for a touchdown, helped out by a couple of penalties on that possession. Overall, Eufaula with 5 penalties so far in the first quarter. 5 penalties for.
I don't know why, but I was looking at the clock. What I was
36
started
yards.
to say earlier about one official being up here. Usually we have 2 up here. We pay for 2 to be up here, unless one of them's out sick or something. But only one was up here tonight. That may be why the 25-second clock is not working. There was somebody down out behind the fence that was actually filming or flashing or something. And I saw the police go down there and tell them they had to move, and so they did. Maybe it was a light or something they had on their phone. But the head official went to the Charles Henderson bench because it was on their side of the field, and it's apparently taken care of, and we're ready to start the second quarter.
On the penalty watch tonight, we'll keep a running total for you. 5 for 36 against Eufaula, 2 for 17 against Charles Henderson through the first 12 minutes of the game. 2nd down, 10 from the 44-yard line. Motion back across the formation. They fake the screen. It's going to be a pick 6. They're jumping the route. Charles Henderson going to jump it. They're going to run it back 45 yards for
he threw it to Patrick.
I
didn't see a receiver. He threw it right at Patrick.
So the Tigers already with 2 turnovers tonight. That one a pick 6. An interception returned 45 yards for a Trojan touchdown.
I don't know why we keep trying to throw the ball.
That was a different play than we ran this year. We faked the flare pass to Harris coming to the right, trying to throw it back to the left. Even though that was a new play, Charles Henderson had that play diagnosed perfectly. They were all over it.
Yeah, they saw him going out there. All I saw was Big Pat leading the way for blocking. I never did see a receiver or back. I'm sure there was one over there somewhere, but the ball would have hit Patrick in the back of the jersey, but heads up play by the Charles Henderson cornerback to intercept it and took it all the way back for the touchdown.
So 2 plays, 2 turnovers. 1 turnover you figure at the 10-yard line on the opening possession. It looked like Eufaula was going to take the ball 80 yards to score on the opening possession of the game, but it was a fumble at the 10-yard line that Charles Henderson returned back to the 20. Eufaula ultimately stopped Charles Henderson after 1 first down. Then they got the ball. Eufaula was backed up after that and ended up after a holding penalty, punted the ball. Charles Henderson got good field position at the Eufaula 40. They were able to punch that in for a touchdown, leading 7-0. Now, after a pick 6 with 11:50 to go in the second quarter, the Tigers find themselves trailing by a score of 14-0.
We don't need to run that play anymore either because Cotton made not a not an advised pass there on that pass, but in his defense, he had the big defensive end bearing down right in his face. It was either take a 7 or 8 yard sack or get rid of the ball, and he got rid of the ball. I don't know if I guess they just read it perfectly because they were sitting right on top of it.
So 14-0. Tigers trail.
See what I was talking about, onside kick, if they take a notion?
Right.
They line it up on the hash mark there. We have 2 people between the hash mark sideline. They have 6 when you count the kicker. Charles Henderson takes a timeout. They were actually lined up wrong. And Charles Henderson takes a timeout. Let's take a timeout, too. We'll be back with more Eufaula High School football after this commercial timeout.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wirtz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wirtz at 334-695-2820.
Back at Tiger Stadium, where the Tigers find themselves in a 14-point hole early in the second quarter. The only good thing, Doug, is there's a lot of game left, but the bad thing is the trends are not good. The Tigers already with 2 turnovers in 12 minutes and 10 seconds of game action tonight. Early in the year, it was turnovers that were really a problem, particularly at Headland. The Tigers with 4 turnovers at Headland. They found themselves in a 14-point deficit up there as well.
Tigers were their first chance to pretty much seal up a region championship since 2010. It's off to a bad start.
That kick's going to come down right at the goal line and be a touchback once again. Troy Kicker is 3 for 3 on touchbacks so far tonight. The first kick being his best. He put it 9 yards deep for the opening kickoff. And in the bad news, Doug, is also Charles Simpson does receive the second half kickoff. Eufaula won the toss, elected to take the ball, which looked like a good decision early on. 2 plays put the Tigers down inside the 20-yard line of Charles Simpson, both on the ground. But then the fumble, the turnover, really turned the momentum in this game. The Tigers are still looking to get back. So 14-0, the Tigers trail. They come out first and 10 from the 20-yard line. Cotton calling for the shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's going to throw it. Tron Mitchell drops the ball at the 25-yard line. It'll be second down and 10.
He heard footsteps. He was fixing to get the boom lowered on him and just tried to run a little bit too quick there. Second and 10 now for the Tigers, and the clock is continuing to run after an incomplete pass. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I know I get after the officials, but by Ringo, if it needs calling, it needs calling. And if you ain't gonna do your job, just find another one, I guess. Cotton takes a snap. He's gonna hand to Harris off the right side. He's gonna be wrapped up. He may have
looked like a face mask to me.
Yes, it did.
So it'll be third and long after a 2-yard gain. Momentum is a fickle friend, I tell you, Doug. And Eufaula had it early. Turnovers have really been the undoing so far tonight with a lot of game left, but not looking good at this point. 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. Cotton calling for the shotgun snap. He's rolling out. He's going to throw a pass. It's going to be complete by Pugh. Complete to Pugh, but it's going to be maybe a 1-yard gain. It's like everything the Tigers are doing, the Trojans are ready for at this point. They are
well, they're keeping everything in front of them. The only success we've had has been downfield, and Tigers going to have to punt it away again. And the Trojans score here and get this kickoff to start the second half. That's bad news.
Browning Anderson stands back at his 7-yard line waiting on this snap. High snap. Anderson goes up and gets it. It's a low kick, end over end. It's going to hit takes a big bounce, but it's going to be fielded. A lot of running room down the far sideline, and Nick Floyd will knock him out of bounds. They're going to say about the 35-yard line. We'll see when they mark it out. 37 maybe. Either way, excellent starting field position for Charles Henderson.
$9:52 to go in the second quarter play. Charles Henderson with a 14-0 lead, and then the ball in Tiger territory.
At the 36-yard line is where Charles Henderson will take over. Only their fourth offensive possession of the night, as they scored a defensive touchdown. 9:52 to go in the second quarter.
Still in that four-man front. We hadn't got to the five-man front that we were told we'd see tonight to put some pressure on the quarterback. 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
3 receivers to the right, and they'll shift the big running back into the backfield.
To help block
he is going to take the ball. No, they're going to throw a pass. It's going to be complete,
Gone.
And he's going to break free. He's going to score a touchdown. Touchdown, Charles Henderson on one play from 36 yards out, and it is 20-0.
Well, somebody needs to shake Eufaula and wake them up, because it's fixing to get embarrassing quick, as they've come out here thinking they could go through the motions tonight. Charles Henderson came to play. And they are out performing in the kicking game. Everything in the defense looked pretty good until that last play, but our offense is not making it easy on the defense tonight. That time just a quick slant. Quarterback, when he's got time, he's spot on with his passes.
The kick is up. Kick is no good. He pulled it left that time. So the only thing that Charles Henderson has done wrong really tonight is miss that extra point. And it's 20-0. 20-0. Charles Henderson with still 9:41 to go. That's 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes and 9 seconds. The pick six, from the pick six to that 36-yard touchdown pass, was 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Well, and one thing we were worried about coming in this year, Keith, is I looked down on the sideline. Actually, they were celebrating that he made the extra point, so I'm not real sure about that. They apparently gave it to him.
No, they said no good.
Well, it says 21 on the board, so that's something they'll have to check into. But, we talked about leadership. We got a lot of seniors. Somebody needs to step up and settle these Tigers down, because they just seemed deflated on the sideline. And, I mean, they've kind of been punched in the mouth. They need to rebound here and make something good happen. As Charles Henderson, a kickoff from the 40-yard line. He'll line it up on the hash mark in front of the Eufaula bench. He's kicking from right to left. Keith got that straightened out for us there, Charles. They take the point off the board. It is 20-0. So
if you let a mistake go too long, then
that's right. We've seen that happen before.
Already going to be the 6th possession of the night for Eufaula. $9:41 to go here in the second quarter. There's the kick again. It's a high kick this time. It's going to come down once again deep in the end zone, about 6 yards deep. And the Tigers will once again start at the 20-yard line.
Well, let's see if the Tigers offense can make something good happen here. They've been probably the biggest gift to Charles Henderson up to this point. A lot of penalties, backing themselves up, turning the ball over, throwing interceptions, pick six. Our offense has been a gift to their defense up to this point.
Well, other than 70 yards on the first 4 plays of the game, Eufaula's not done a whole lot.
And 1 pass completion for about 30-something yards. That's about it.
Cotton going to throw on first down. He has a man there, and it's going to be incomplete. And I just don't know what happened. It just seems like we're out of sync tonight, Doug. I mean,
they've been punched in the mouth, and they're not responding.
Out of character.
Eufaula came into this game riding number 9 in the state. And like Mike Tyson used to say, everybody thinks they can fight till they get punched in the mouth, and we'll see how the Tigers respond here.
Slaughter.
Fumble.
No. Loss of 2 yards. It was just, we talked about out of sync, discombobulated, what adjective you want to use. That's a loss of 2 on that play. And now we're 3rd and 12 again, Doug, and we're facing another potential 3 and out and another to give Charles Henderson another short field before
a lot
halftime.
of time. 9:15 clock rolling here in the second quarter of play. We can't get out of our own way.
That time they brought Slaughter in motion. It looked like a potential jet sweep. They were going to fake the sweep and hand it to Harris, it looked like, and they missed the handoff to Harris. Motion again by Slaughter. Cotton takes it. He's going to pull it down now. He's looking to run now. He pulls it down. He's looking for his first down. Cotton will have his first down. Showed good speed. Maybe that'll get the Tigers moving as the Tigers picked up 14 yards on that scramble by Cotton, and it's a Tiger first down.
Big first down. We sure didn't need to give it back to him there. Great job by Cotton pulling, knowing where the sticks were, and made sure he angled and got just enough for the first down.
On the first down play from the 32-yard line, the first down for the Tigers in quite some time. They're going to hand it off to Harris up the middle this time. Harris is going to be hit immediately, driven back after a gain of a yard on the play. Maybe two, where they're going to mark him out to the 34. We'll give him a 2-yard gain on that play. 2nd and 8. 8:20 and counting here in the second quarter. Eufaula trailing 20-0. Motion. They'll toss it on the speed sweep, the jet sweep to Slaughter. He is caught from behind.
The safety come flying up.
They're going to call a horse collar on him, I believe.
The safety come flying up again on that play, and Slaughter saw him out his peripheral vision, and he kind of slowed up just a little bit and allowed the pursuit to catch up to him. I'm telling you, Keith, if they go to if they'll run that and hand it to him and let him throw it down the field to a receiver, there's nobody back because their safeties are just flying up on that play.
That's a big 15-yard penalty, though. The Tigers are going to be behind the sticks with a long third down. That 15-yard penalty makes it 1st and 10. Eufaula from the 48-yard line of Eufaula. Tigers desperately needing points here halfway through the second quarter, 8 minutes to go. Hand off to Harris. Harris breaks the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up four yards down to the 48-yard line of Charles Henderson.
Nice hard run there by Harris. A lot of hard hitting going on out there. 7:45 and the clock rolling. In the second quarter, the play clocks have finally started working.
2nd and 6. Motion shifting Pugh over to the right side. They'll take it. Hand it to Harris once again. Harris at left tackle this time. He's going to take it down, forward for 3 more yards down to the 45-yard line. Maybe just inside the 45-yard line, but a 3-yard gain. They'll bring a third down possession play, third down and a short 3. Actually, they're going to mark it closer to the 44-yard line. The first down would come at the 42. It's 3rd and a long 2.
See if Tigers get them to jump here. They're not going to try. Yeah, they did. Good call.
Good call, Doug.
Well, I didn't think they'd do it after we sent a man in motion, but it was a great setup as the man went in motion. They thought we were really fixing to do it. Charles Henderson didn't like that. Some folks call it a cheap 5, but they've got it on us at least twice already tonight.
So 1st and 10 for Eufaula from the 39-yard line of Charles Henderson. There's a snap, handed off to Harris. Harris breaks in the open field this time. 30, 25, 20, 15. He's shoved. He'll go out of bounds inside the 10-yard line at the 8-yard line. That's a 31-yard gain. 31 yards for Red Harris.
10 carries on the night for 102 yards for Harris up to this point.
So 1st and goal.
Timeout Charles Henderson, as he's wanting the head official. He's upset about something. I don't know what he could be too upset about, but we'll take a commercial timeout here as he talks to him, and the Tigers have a first down inside the 10 when we come back after this commercial break.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
And we're back at Tiger Stadium with the Tigers trail 20-0 to the visiting Charles Henderson Trojans. Both teams 5-1 on the season, 3-0 in region play. But the Trojans have gotten the better of the Tigers here through the first quarter and a half. 6:49 to go here in the second quarter. Tigers have it first and goal from the 8-yard line of Charles Henderson, desperately needing a touchdown here are the Tigers. They'll come out with Slaughter and Mitchell split to the right. Pugh now shifts over to the left side. Browning Anderson is your wide receiver. Handoff to the new back in the game. Interesting place to put him in is Slaughter, the 9th grader. He gets tackled on penetration back at the 10-yard line. Not his fault. Penetration came in and tackled him for a 2-yard loss.
Welcome to high school football.
He'll quickly check out. Harris checks back in. Second goal from the 10. Not a big front, really a quick front for Charles Henderson. Cotton takes it. He's looking. He's pressured now. He's rolling back to his right. He may keep it. He cuts back inside. Great move by Copeland Cotton. The senior quarterback takes it 10 yards for the Tiger touchdown. Touchdown Tigers, and the Tigers are within 14, 20-6. Just a great individual effort. Doug, I was talking about it, the fact that Charles Henderson has a small and quick defensive front. They got a lot of pressure that time on Cotton, but Cotton did a great job eluding that pressure, making one man miss around the 10 when he cut back inside, and he used his speed to take it into the end zone. Tigers will shift back into the conventional point after touchdown formation here. Cotton will spot it down. Wingate will kick it through. There's the kick is up. Kick is good, and the Tigers have put the touchdown on the board. It is 20-7.
Like you talked about during the timeout, Keith, you brought it up that if the Tigers could punch it in there, come out, kick off, and the defense hold them, we still got over a half of the second quarter with 6:13 to go here in the third quarter. Hold them and able to punch in another touchdown. You know, they still receive the second half kickoff, but then you got a ball game. You got a good response there. We talked about getting punched in the mouth and how you were going to respond. The offense came out and responded. Let's see how the defense does now after giving up I think it was a 36 yards pass play for a touchdown. They've come over. They had time to make their adjustments, and let's see if we can get a 3 and out.
So the Tigers move 80 yards. They did by a couple of penalties on that possession. They moved 80 yards in 9 plays, 3 minutes and 28 seconds off the clock, culminated with a 10-yard Copeland Cotton touchdown run.
Wingate kicking off, so Charles Henderson immediately, they're well coached. Up to, you can see nothing's got them. They're going to do a pooch kick. There's actually some room between the hash mark and the sidelines. If Wingate, they're spreading out a little bit now, but we'll see.
He's going to kick it a little deeper. They're going to call for the fair catch. It hits the ground, though, and he retreats back inside.
He can't call a fair catch and then somebody else run it.
Well, they missed the fair catch, but can you advance it? They get it to the 15-yard line. That turns out to be extremely effective. Extremely effective.
You remember somewhere that was huge, it got called on us. We had 2 folks back. One of them called, it was last year, called a fair catch on one side, and the other guy took it for a touchdown. They brought it back on
It was at Stanhope Elmore, and they're going to move it back to where the ball hit the ground.
Why? He called a fair catch. He didn't catch it. How is that a fair catch?
That is wrong. That is completely wrong. Okay, we'll call a fair catch on every punt from now on.
He called a fair catch, but he didn't catch it. It hit the ground.
That is completely wrong.
Wow. And a late whistle is Coach Jernigan is having a fit. He wants to talk to the head official, and you can't blame him. Folks, the guy called a fair catch. He started running backwards, and he had a deep guy behind him. At the last second, he let it go because he realized the deep guy had the better chance. The ball hit the ground and then rolled. The head official's saying now, he's pointing to where the ball hit the ground, but folks, they didn't fair catch it. It makes no sense whatsoever. At least the head official is going to call everybody up and talk about it. I mean, sometimes that's more than you get when you just get a cold shoulder. But Charles, as Keith is down there keeping our officials straight up here in the box, as he's very good at doing, at least they're going to meet about it. That is so wrong for them to give them the ball at the 31-yard line. Now, like we said, it should have been a penalty, but where the ball was downed, down inside around the 10.
Been inside the 20-yard line before he picked it up.
But what I'm saying now is, even though they're talking about it, if they decide to mark it down there, it's anybody's guess as to where it was, because they don't have anything marked back there. They're just going to say, oh, yeah, it was about here. They're going to call delay a game against them and give them a 5-yard penalty. So Charles Henderson gets away awful light.
They still pick up about 10 yards on that exchange.
Yeah, every bit of it.
And the Tigers I think they realized, maybe Coach Jernigan brought it to their attention, they realized they had made a mistake. But like you said, Doug, how do you correct it when you don't know?
7 seconds ran off the clock there on that kickoff, but I don't know.
The bottom line is the pooch kick still turned out pretty good to get them back to the 26, but it could have been outstanding. When the first real mistake that we've seen them make, a fundamental mistake, not coming up with that fair catch.
Now the defense needs to get a 3 and out. They're going to come out. We've been looking for that 6-man front. It's going to be a 5-man front. Put a little pressure on them as Charles Henderson goes tight formation.
They're going to run the jet sweep themselves.
Good
and
play.
A good play coming up. Jay Moss. And
he comes.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We bumped the guy getting up. Itchy trigger finger there that time by the officials. Now, we did bump the man when he was standing up, but they're going to give him 15 yards on that.
I didn't see it.
After a 3, we brought him down for a 3-yard loss on the play.
He calls unsportsmanlike. Actually, I didn't see him bump into him, but I'm telling you, they have slung us down, done some stuff to us all night long, and they just get verbally warned when they go back. So if it wasn't something totally flagrant, it
wasn't flagrant. He bumped him as he was standing up. Another player that did not make the play walked over and was in the vicinity, and he bumped into him as he was standing up, and they called 15 yards.
1st and 10. It was all said and done out at the 38-yard line. 5:58 to go in the second quarter. 20-7, the Trojans lead.
First and 10 from the 38. Folks, it just gets old doing this week in and week out and seeing this kind of ineptitude on the field, throwing flags.
We had a comment a week or two ago about the officials should – yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if they have to take some tests, because some of them we've had would definitely fail.
Looking to throw is Charles Henderson. Going to throw it deep. It's going to be incomplete. And you hear our fans, if we've got the crowd mic working properly, you heard everyone screaming for holding on that play. Of course, there's no penalty flag on the field.
Clock still running after another incomplete pass. He goes to get him again. I'm telling you, it's rough tonight. They went right back to the air after the long 36-yard touchdown pass last time. Nothing doing that time. 3-man rush from the Tigers.
2nd and 10. They're going to hand it off to the back, who's going to lower his head across the 40-yard line up to the 41. 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
.5:20 and the clock rolls after the running play, but it'll be 3rd and about 7 now for the Tigers as they bring in some secondary. They bring 3 came out. I saw 2 go in. I'm sure if it was, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we got 11. Big 3rd down play here with 5:02, under 5 minutes now as the clock continues to run. It'll be 2 backs in a shotgun formation for the Charles Henderson Trojans. We're not lining up.
2 backs. They will hand it off to 1 back around the corner. He's going to turn the corner. Unfortunately, he's going to pick up. He fumbles the ball, but he gets back on it.
And there's a flag actually thrown. Big number 53 had our lineman, 95, I think, something like that, down on the ground. He was giving him the business. But we're waiting to see what the call is going to be. It's going to be holding Charles Henderson.
From the 36.
So that's a big play, and it negates the 1st down. That's the big
Too bad we couldn't have got on that football, though. We'd have declined the penalty and taken the ball.
Well, it'll still be 3rd down over again, but it'll be 3rd in a long, long way now with 4:43 to go. in the second quarter. Look for them to use all the play clock. It should be set at 25 seconds after
That was
a penalty.
that was a 17-yard penalty that time when all is said and done against Charles Henderson from their 41 back to their 24.
Well, he said roll the clock, but the play clocks are still at 0, so they can just sit there and watch the clock run as it's running.
They're going to snap it long here. They're going to throw a screen pass. They got it set up, but a good job by Ingram coming over and making that tackle at the 37-yard line. I'm
gonna tell you,
they had that set up well that time, but
Yeah,
Caden Ingram was able to come over and make the tackle after a 12-yard gain.
Kudos to number 66 for the Tigers, Barnett, a sophomore. He's a big lineman, and I'm gonna tell you what, he had a lot of ground to cover, but he hustled over and held him up just long enough for help to arrive from the secondary, and he kept that from being a first down play.
That was a good play call from Charles Henderson, though, setting up the screen. As they set it up well. That was 12 yards on that play. There's a snap. Kick is away. It's a missile shot. A tight spiral that turns over. Anderson retreats and catches it inside the 20-yard line at the 16. That's where the Tigers will take over, but they do have the ball back with 3:41 to go in the first quarter. The Tigers 84 yards away. They'll have it at their 16-yard line.
It's going to be
block in the back against Eufaula. Well, we may be backed up, but we got the ball back. So we'll call that that's a 8-yard penalty. It'll be half the distance to the goal.
3 minutes and 41 seconds. That's an awful big penalty from where he called it from.
They marked 9 yards off as they took it back to the 7. Earlier on Charles Henderson from the 15, they took it back to the 8.
Okay. We're going to stop getting on the officials. You're going to have me fired up. I'm going to want to go down there and catch him coming off the field. Goodness gracious.
Going to hand off to Harris. Harris breaks through the line of scrimmage. He's going to lower his head and have more than a first down. The Tigers, as he crosses the 20 up to the 22-yard line, give him 14 yards.
111 carries, 116 yards. Harris has a good first half, but the Tigers still trail by 13.
Big possession, though, if the Tigers could put some points on the board. They hand it off to the freshman. No, that's Jave Williams that time as he crosses the 25 up to the 26-yard line. Williams with a gain of 4 on the play. Harris quickly back into the game on 2nd down and 6. 3:09 clock rolling here in the second quarter.
That was a good line push. It didn't look like he got 4 yards. Great job there.
Trojans looking for a pass, and they'll get it here as Cotton throws it. He has a man there, Mitchell. He's going to overthrow him by about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6 after the incomplete pass.
There was a little bumping about the 50-yard line. It held the receiver up just enough where he wasn't going to have a shot at that. But good news is the clock stopped with 2 minutes and 53 seconds that time. But it brings up 3rd and 6.
Big play, though, for the Tigers to convert here. You don't want to punt it back to Charles Henderson. They get the ball to start the second half as well. Tigers trail 20-7 here late in the second quarter. And a penalty is going to be a whistle. I'm so used to a whistle being a penalty, but a whistle stops play. Timeout on the field, Eufaula.
We'll take a quick timeout. Be back with more Eufaula High School football after this quick break.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons. Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wirtz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wirtz at 334-695-2820.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express, fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
We're back at Tiger Stadium where the Tigers face a critical 3rd and 6 from their own 26-yard line. under 3 minutes to go, 2:53 to go here in the second quarter. Eufaula trailing 20-7.
I would at least try to make them jump off sides here and make it 3rd and 1. But we'll see.
We do go with delayed count. No movement by the Trojans. As you look at their defense front, they've got 27 as a defensive tackle. They've got quickness on their defensive front. Cotton takes it, looking to throw. He's going to be sacked.
Right over our sophomores. That's a loss of, we'll see when he finishes the mark.
A loss of 11. Well, they're going to mark him back to the 17-yard line, so a loss of 9 on the play. But a big play there by Charles Henderson following the Eufaula timeout. Charles Henderson looking to get good field position here before halftime, already leading by 2 scores. They will receive the second half kickoff. Anderson stands inside his 5. He'll take it. He'll punt it from the 5-yard line. Ball's kicked away, but it's not going to take a big – it does take a small Eufaula bounce, and it's going to roll down at the 45-yard line. That with 2:01 to go on the clock here in the second quarter. Charles Henderson, for the 3rd time tonight, will take over in Tiger territory.
I was watching. There was 16 seconds left on the play clock, so let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us. Charles Henderson does have 1 timeout according to the board, so that 16 seconds may come back to bite us. Trip receivers stacked over to the left as they come out onto the field ready to go.
The field position has really hurt the Tigers so far tonight. Charles Henderson taking over on short fields at the 36-yard line, the 40 of Eufaula, now the 45. Looking to throw. They're going to throw a wide receiver screen. They complete it. He's going to be tackled after a short gain at the 42-yard line, a gain of 3 on that play.
Yanze was trying to rip the ball clean as he made the tackle over there. I'm not sure if it was a pad or what. He ripped something out, but it unfortunately for us wasn't the football. Really, yardage-wise, it's not that big of a difference.
Eufaula may even lead in yardage. We'll let you know at halftime. Looking to throw once again, the junior quarterback. He's going to be tackled this time. A nice sack that time. That's Jamario Mitchell on the sack, the senior defensive end. Big play is it only loses 2 yards, but it's going to keep the clock rolling.
They gained 4 on the pass play, and it's back to even the 3rd and 10 now, so he lost the 4 back to the 45.
1:05, the clock rolling here. Charles Henderson only has 1 timeout remaining as we go under a minute. 3rd and 10 from the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 15 as Charles Henderson moved. They jumped off sides.
All right, it'll be interesting here as it'll be 3rd and 15. Keith Watch with 55.9 seconds. That clock should not start back on a motion penalty.
It'd be nice to see a turnover here.
Yeah, a pick 6, return the favor would be nice. Heck, we'll just take the ball back. That'd be good.
Agreed. 3rd 15 from midfield. Now.
The clock started and the official caught it. At least that time, the head official caught it. It was, what did I say? 50,
it was 55.9, I think.
It's 53.5. This clock guy up here, I hope he goes out the other way when he goes out because it's too tempting not to say nothing. The head official's going to have to come over now. He's telling him 55 seconds, and that's still giving him a 0.9 extra. He probably don't know how to change it. Yes, he does. It needs to be 55.9, but we'll concede the 0.9, I guess, here. Heads up by the head official to spot that. As he started the quarterback was looking at the head official to set it, and the guy had already started the clock.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Quarterback going to roll now. He's got wide open field. If he chooses to run, good closing speed that time by Jay Moss is the quarterback.
What about the shove after the play there?
Yeah.
He gets about 6 positive yards there, but still 4th and close to 10, 9 with 40.9 seconds. Does Charles Henderson play field position and punt it deep, or do they go for it here? I wouldn't be surprised to see him roll the dice and go for it, but the old school football would say punt the ball.
That's right.
We'll see.
But it looks like their offense is huddled up on the far sideline. It may be the offense may go for it. 4th and 9 here.
Well, look, the way everybody's been jumping off sides on both sides tonight, I bring them out, and if nothing else, I try to get them to jump off sides and make it, 4th and a little less than 5. And if that doesn't work, maybe shift to a punt. I'm sure they've probably got that in their repertoire or however. I can't even talk tonight. But a lot of things, when you got the ball on the other team's end of the field, there's several things you can do. They still have a timeout. So if they could finagle a first down here out of this, they could still do some damage. And like you said, excellent range on their kickers.
So now Charles Henderson will burn their final timeout, it looks like. They signal timeout Charles Henderson here. So.
Well, he's standing over there looking like, no, I didn't, but now they're going to make him take it. And he's pulling some folks from the sideline. So Eufaula kept their defense out on the field. They might have been trying to see if Eufaula sent the return team out there, but it looks like they're actually sending the punt team out now, which they might as well wait a minute because there was a timeout called. The punter's already dropping back, and they're gonna huddle up over at the numbers. So,
yeah, you might still watch a fake punt.
Yeah, exactly. There. That's what I was just fixing to say. With 43 seconds, you better line up and keep your head on a swivel. I noticed a while ago, we had a guy that was on the last play when he scrambled for about 6 yards. Looked like he had all day to run. One of our corners was so busy covering the receiver. If he would have turned around, he could have, helped and stopped him before the 10 yards. But it sure looked like he was going to pick up the first down there for a moment. 4th and call it 9 for the Trojans from the Tigers' 44-yard line.
Brandon Anderson stands back at the 10-yard line. It's a good snap. Kicks it away. You can see he kicks it like the college kickers. He kicks it a knuckleball down there that's going to roll dead at the 13-yard line. So a very effective kick. He kicked the nose of the ball like you see him do it on Saturday and Sunday. And that'll stop the clock with 31 seconds. 31 seconds to go. One timeout on the board. What do you do if you're the Eufaula Tigers here? Do you play conservative, go to the locker room, or do you try to?
The way Harris ran it right up the middle a few times, I give it to him, or either I give it to Slaughter on the outside, at least try to let them break a big run because they're going to be looking for a pass. They're already out. They have 3 safeties all out at the 20 to 25-yard line.
It's going to be handoff to Harris. He's going to be tackled in the backfield. He'll be spun down for a loss. Well, they'll give him the line of scrimmage. That should be the final play of the first half as that play goes for no gain. And, Doug, we can only hope that the field position changes some in the second half because seems like the entire half has been played on Eufaula side of midfield.
We're going to have to find a punter in the locker room if that's the case because that's been what's killed us, that kickoffs up to this point. So Tigers trail 20-7 as we go into halftime. We'll be back with some halftime stats and comments after these commercial breaks.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4700. 5244.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? APEC Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wirtz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wirtz at 334-695-2820. Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
Does your IT infrastructure or computer equipment have you sidelined? Don't throw in the towel yet. Call Chris Wertz at Wertz Consulting at 334-695-2820.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
We're back at Tiger Stadium where the Mighty Tiger Marching Band is about to entertain here at halftime. But before we show the band to you, we'll give a quick recap on the first half. The Tigers won the toss. They received the opening kickoff. They after the touchback, the Tigers took it at the 20-yard line. The Tigers opened quickly as Red Harris went 52 yards on the game's first play, followed up by an 11-yard run. Quickly, the Tigers were inside the red zone in Trojan territory. But 2 plays later, it was a fumble at the 10-yard line, recovered by Charles Henderson. Charles Henderson took over their 20. After picking up a quick first down, they punted it back to the Tigers, who good kicker for Charles Henderson. Changed the field position. Eufaula took over at their own 20-yard line. After a quick holding penalty, the Tigers were backed up. They ended up punting. Charles Henderson took over in good field position at the 40-yard line of Eufaula. They moved 40 yards in 5 plays. Minute 48 off the clock, culminating in a 3-yard touchdown pass, 7-0. The Trojans led with 6:02 to go in the first quarter of play. From there, the Tigers moved 50 yards into Trojan territory before bogging down at the 30-yard line. Following a short Tiger punt, Charles Henderson took over, but they went 3 and out. Eufaula took over, and after a no gain on first down, the Tigers on the first play of the second half threw a interception that was returned for a Trojan touchdown. And with 11:50 to go in the first half of play, the Trojans led 14-0. From there, the Tigers went 3 and out, punting the ball back to Charles Henderson. Charles Henderson got the ball in great field position at the Eufaula 36-yard line. It took the Trojans only one play on a touchdown pass to score their third touchdown of the night. The point after touchdown was no good, making the score 20-0 Charles Henderson. From there, the Eufaula offense finally found some success. They took over following the touchback of their 20-yard line. They moved 80 plays in They used 80 yards in 9 plays, taking 3 minutes and 28 seconds off the clock. It culminated in a 10-yard Copeland Cotton touchdown run on 2nd and goal. And the point after touchdown by Cooper Wingate was good. And with 6:13 to go in the first half of play, the Tigers drew within 13, 20-7. Neither team was able to score over the last 6 minutes, and that's where we stand at halftime, 20-7, Doug. You talked about the total yardage. Let's talk about individual stats and total yardage. But as we suspected, the Tigers with a pretty big edge.
Yeah, as I get ready to go into that, I was thinking, you try to sum up the first half. Really, it was ugly for us there for a little bit. But if you think about it, you think we were down deep in their territory, the first drive and another drive. Either one of those, if the Tigers score and they turn it over one time, if they score on either one of those possessions and or do not throw the pick six, we're either a close ball game or tied or actually in the lead by an extra point. So if you think of it that way, it's closer than you think. And then when you look at the total yards from the first half, Eufaula was 22 carries for 139 yards total. Harris led the way with 12 carries for 116 yards. Passing department, Copeland Cotton in the passing department was 4 for 13 for 67 yards. So not a typical hot hand for Copeland Cotton, but, he's still getting it done. So 206 total yards on the first half for the Tigers. For Charles Henderson, it was only 118 total yards in the first half. They were only 37 yards on 9 rushes in the first half. They were 7 for 10 for 81 yards in the passing department. That's what really hurt the Tigers is their passing. When he's got time to throw the ball, he's very accurate, and he's picking us apart a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if the Tigers try to beef up the secondary for the second half or if they come after the quarterback in the second half.
So we talked about Charles Henderson being balanced on the season coming in, but they averaged over 200 yards a game through the air while running for about 150. As you said, the passing game for Charles Henderson has been what has hurt the Tigers. A 36-yard touchdown pass and a 3-yard touchdown pass. So two touchdowns through the air for them. Of course, one on the turnover, the pick six, and that's where the Tigers stand 20-7. Charles Henderson will receive the second half kickoff. But right now, we're going to let you enjoy the rest of the Mighty Tiger Marching Band's performance here at halftime.
to welcome Peter, the A Internet Band, for a special performance with Land of the Tomorrow, the Chhs band will be traveling to Prattville for their final marching contest of the year. Our performance is at 2:30 p.m. Family and friends are welcome to come and show your support at Stanley Gibson Stadium. Just let Mighty Tiger Band.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? APEC Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by.
Benny Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons. Does your IT infrastructure or computer equipment have you sidelined? Don't throw in the towel yet. Call Chris Works at Works Consulting at 334-695-2820.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Does your IT infrastructure or computer equipment have you sidelined? Don't throw in the towel yet. Call Chris Works at Works Consulting at 334-695-2820.
Back at Tiger Stadium, where the Tigers are about ready to kick off to the Trojans here to begin the second half. Tigers trail 20-7. Important 24 minutes of action here. It's the difference in playing the number 4 seed or the number 3 seed in the playoffs. And you say, well, you're still at home, but this year, if the Tigers end up being paired with Mobile, as we suspect,
yeah, it could be worse than that. If they hold on and beat us and Headland beats them next week, we could be sitting at 3 and on the road.
So there's the ball's in the air. It's going to come down at the 13-yard line. Running back to the right. They've got a wall set up over the right side, and it's going to be a big kickoff return. There's a flag that was thrown down at the 46-yard line of Eufaula, but that kickoff returned into Tiger territory across midfield.
You know, they say the odds are less than 10% of a kicking team getting a flag on a kickoff. Well, for some reason, it must have just fell out of his pocket because they're going to pick it up and not count anything.
Okay.
That was a just in case. Good starting field position, bottom line.
So it'll be for the 49-yard line of Charles Henderson. Good starting field position again. They have enjoyed excellent starting field position all night long. There's a handoff to the big running back. He's going to pick along the line of scrimmage, finally dive across midfield down to the 48-yard line of Eufaula. That's a 3-yard gain for Charles Henderson, bringing up 2nd down and 7. 2nd and 7. Charles Henderson leading by 13. A critical possession for the Eufaula Tiger defense here. Can ill afford to give up any more points to Charles Henderson while the Tigers try to claw their ways back. Handoff. Good penetration in the backfield. They're going to take him down for a loss of 2 on the play back to midfield. Good penetration. Jaquavius Moss leading the way for the Tigers that time on the 2-yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for Charles Henderson from midfield. Just underway here in the second half. 20-7. Charles Henderson leads in this one. First possession of the third quarter.
Who lost 2 yards? I missed it.
It was number 4.
Gotcha. All right.
So the quarterback, Adams, the junior quarterbacks look pretty good for them tonight. He stands in, had 81 yards passed in the first half. He's going to throw again. He's going to throw it. Diving reception. It's going to be caught about a yard short of his first down. Looked like he was laying on the sidelines as he caught that ball, but they give him the reception.
Or trapped it, one of the two.
So it's going to be 4th and 1, and Charles Henderson will lead the offense on the field after the 8-yard gain. 4th down, about a yard to go here. Tigers going to leave the 4-man front out there. They've done a good job against Charles Henderson's run all night. They're going to hand it off. They're going to hit in the backfield. He's going to be brought down for no gain. And the Tigers will get good field position after the 4th down stop here. So the Tigers front does their job. And, Doug, maybe that's going to be the catalyst we need. Maybe that completion was a blessing in disguise, because otherwise the Tigers, they're already saying you follow ball, though. So we're in good shape. 1st and 10, you follow.
He did give him a good spot, Charles. I don't think he saw that spot on the field since he came out of the locker room the second half. The Tigers get it 1st and 10.
9:57 to go in the third. 20-7, the Tigers trail. They'll hand it off to Harris. Breaking the line of scrimmage is Harris, starting off the second half like he started the first. He'll take it into Trojan territory down to the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 13 yards. 13 yards for Harris on that first down play, and a Tiger first down.
Quickly up to the line, 1st and 10 again for the Tigers.
It's going to be a slaughter. They fake it now. Cotton pulls it down. He's going to run. He fumbles the football. It looked like initially Charles Henderson had it. We'll wait and see. It is Charles Henderson's
like a
ball.
Loaf of bread.
Huge turnover, the 3rd of the night against Eufaula. Gives Charles Henderson the ball back at the 41-yard line.
Cotton's got to tuck that ball away. That's 2 turnovers on the night. If you count the pick 6, it's going to be accredited to him. If you're going to run up in the line like that, it looked like a busted play anyway. But you cannot have it carrying it by one hand and carrying it out away from your body.
Only a 27-second possession for Eufaula that time. The best starting field position of the night. They turned it over after 2 plays. Right back to Charles Henderson.
Get it with great field position again.
They hand it off. This time Eufaula's defense is there again after a yard gain. That back was number 20, Antonio Frazier for Charles Henderson. A 1-yard gain on the play. But this will take some additional time off the clock. And you figure with their punter, Eufaula benefited from them going forward on downs on the last possession. Just an unfortunate turnover. The Tigers have had it 3 times in Charles Henderson territory without scoring points. There's a handoff again. Running room this time around the right side. Going to pick up a first down. Good patient running that time by the running back, Zach Coleman, as he takes it around the right end down to the 44-yard line of Eufaula. That play is going to pick up 14 yards and a Trojan first down.
Big first down when they needed it, and that clock is really rolling here in the second half. Seemed like we just got started, but it's all the way down to 8:42 to go and rolling now. 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
1st and 10. Handoff again to Coleman. He's looking to sweep the left side, but a good tackle in the backfield that time. Josiah Warren for the Tigers. He comes in and tackles him for a 3-yard loss. 3-yard loss that time for
Coleman's their leading rusher on the night, and they're just not getting it done rushing. He's 7 rushes for only 20 yards, but they're able to hit us at the right time with certain things. They're going to spread out and look to throw the ball here on a 2nd and 13.
No, they will play fake it. They're going to pump and go. Has a man back deep. He's going to catch it in the secondary, take it inside the 10-yard line. We bit on the short route that time, and it's a big play.
So it's flag on the field.
It's going to be a holding penalty. What a big call that time.
Yanze was calling for it. It's down at, and they're booing over there. But I'm going to tell you what, they've got away with it all night long on Yanze. And that was a big play there. We talked about it yesterday at the coaches show. We were concerned about them getting behind our secondary, and we were told that wasn't going to happen. But it's a good thing there was a penalty on that one because they sure was behind us, and it negated a big, big play.
So the 8th penalty of the night against the Trojans. They're over 80 yards in penalties now. That one takes it back to the 42-yard line of Charles Henderson. The first down would come at the Tiger 34-yard line. So second down and long.
They're doing a little something different second half, too. If Yanze flips, they flip the line. He's triple teamed over there.
There's another pass in the air. It's going to be intercepted this time. Picked off on the far sideline. Tigers are going to get it back in pretty good field position at 37-yard line. It was Nick Floyd that time. Double coverage from the Tigers. The safety, Floyd, came over and high pointed that football and picked it off. It's a shame his momentum carried him out of bounds, Doug, because he had a lot of open field on that far sideline.
Yeah, a lot of pressure that time on that side by Yanze, fighting through a triple team, as I'm sure you could see on the TV, that he's just fighting through everything, giving it all he's got. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
From the 36-yard line, it's going to be Harris at the middle of the line. He'll take it for 3 yards up to the 39-yard line.
Harris, 14 carries for 132 yards at this point, 7:30 to go in the third quarter of play. Tigers still trail 20-7.
Tigers need to cash this in on the turnover. The first turnover of the night against the Trojans, and with that, there's going to be a motion.
Two people moving, yeah.
It'll be 5-yard penalty against the Tigers. But turnovers are 3 against Eufaula, 1 against Charles Henderson. One of the Tiger turnovers cost the Tigers probable points down at the 10-yard line on the opening possession. Another directly gave Charles Henderson points on a pick 6. The last one happened also in Charles Henderson territory at the 41-yard line. Second down, 12. There's a pass. It's going to be caught just enough to get it to Slaughter out in the right flat. He takes it forward to the 42-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 8 yards on that play.
As you could see from the shot there, folks, that was really ill-advised. They had a guy standing in between him. He got just enough air to get it over the defender and into the receiver's hands. Scared me to death.
Third down and 4. It's going to be Slaughter on the jet sweep around the right side. Pursuit is going to get there and stop him for no gain on the play. No gain on the play. 4th down and 4 now for Eufaula from the 42-yard line of Eufaula. But they're going to bring the punt unit in, apparently. Doug, just a tough situation. You can't go for it here on the Eufaula side of midfield, but they still trail by 13.
Oh, yeah, you got to play field position in this situation and just try to pin them back deep. We got a pretty good punter in Anderson. It's too early to try a fake or anything. 6 minutes and 8 seconds. Now the clock's rolling in the third quarter, but you got to pin them deep, play field position in this situation. Tigers are shifting over to the right. Anderson awaits the snap. It's a fake.
Anderson gets it. He punts it away. It's an end-over-end kick, kicked away from the Trojans. And I tell you, we just never get any roll on those quick kick type kicks. It rolls sideways and going to be down to the 32-yard line of Charles Henderson. So they get the ball back. They threw the interception from their 42. They get it back at the 32, only 10 yards back down the field from where they threw the interception.
Yep. It would have been a lot bigger field position if they would have not thrown the interception and punted and pinned us deep. But, just tit for tat, back and forth here in the third quarter. But the Tigers need to put some points on the board. But first, they got to stop the Trojans in their 13-point lead. Trojans with 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They're going south to north, right to left as we view the field here on the home side.
A lot of shifting around for Charles Henderson. They'll shift over. Strong side to the left, and now they're going to throw a penalty flag because for whatever reasons the left tackle just stood up.
Yeah, he didn't understand why the guy was lining up at tight end next to him or whatever. Now, the receivers and stuff can shift around and do their own thing, but once the linemen are set like that, and the receivers are, locking into position, he can't just pop up, and it's a 5-yard penalty. Make it 1st and 15 from the 27-yard line now. Play clock's still not
Tall
working
sweep
again.
to the short side of the field. Eufaula's there, going to bring him down for a loss of a yard on the play, back to the 26-yard line. This has kind of settled into a defensive struggle.
Nice job by Zion Williams that time. I think it was fighting through a block and initiating the tackle.
Shotgun snap. Taking the snap is Adams. He's going to throw a pass. It's complete. And a good, sure tackle that time by Coleman. Tony Coleman makes a tackle after a 8-yard gain on that play. 5-yard gain on that play. It's 3rd and 2 either way.
3rd and 12.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I missed it on the penalty, I suppose. 3rd and 12, 5-yard gain.
20 checks out. A receiver checks in. Actually, number 4 for them, the running back, Coleman's going to get in a slot also. Watch for that screen again.
There's a snap. Adams takes it, looking downfield, has time to throw this time. He
Dang.
throws it. It's
Tip.
incomplete. It was tipped, and just behind our safety, Floyd. It'll be a 4th and 12 punting situation for Troy, and that has been a real weapon for them tonight. The punter. He is listed as a junior, but his name is Nick Pearson, Peerson. Nick Pearson.
Is he different from the kickoff guy?
No, he's the same guy.
Same guy.
What a weapon he is. He stands at his 16-yard line waiting this snap. He receives a waist-high kick, a snap. He punts it from his worst kick of the night. It comes down, but it takes a big roll, but now it stops after 5 yards. It looked like it was going to really hop forward. Eufaula will come out of this pretty good shape at the 29, just shy of the 30-yard line. Actually, they're going to put it down right on the 30-yard line. So his worst kick of the night, about 35 yards.
His worst kick, and he was standing at 16, and we were standing at our 34, and it still got behind us. That'll tell you something right there. In high school ball, it's usually nowhere near nothing like that. All right, Tigers, it's time, 4:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's time to put some points on the board and make this a ball game. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Empty backfield for Copeland Cotton. He has 5 wide receivers, 3 right, 2 to the left. Now motion by Slaughter back across. It'll be Slaughter taking it on a handoff, and that's an unusual. That's the first time I've seen that this year. They do a good job bringing him down after a 3-yard gain. Do the Trojans. That was a new play call, though. The Tigers shifted Slaughter into the backfield, into a running back position, and he took the handoff. But
the outside linebacker did not shift with him, so I think we were counting on him shifting himself out of position, but he did not.
5 receivers once again for the Tigers. 2nd down 7. Empty backfield. Cotton throws a slant. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Slaughter. It would have been a short gain as Charles Henderson was there on defense. It would have been about a 3-yard gain up around the 36-yard line. As it is, it's 3rd down and 7. And it just seems like we're out of sync. Now, a lot of that has to do with Charles Henderson's defense, but we just haven't been sharp catching the ball. We saw drops a little bit early in the season. We hadn't seen this many drops since early in the season.
Usually we go to Surehand Anderson at some point. He does not have a catch on the night, I do not believe.
So 3rd and 7. Taking the snap is Cotton, looking to throw. He's going to pull it down now. He's going to run. He's going to be tackled. He's going to be tackled right around the line of scrimmage for no gain. 27 for Charles Henderson that plays the defensive tackle.
Or throw it.
He is 6'1", 225, Doug. Not your typical defensive lineman that we've been facing all year. And the quickness up front for Charles Henderson is really giving the Tigers
Cotton's got to make up his mind, too. You can't stand back there forever. It looked like he was at a clog dance there for a minute, bouncing around. You got to throw it or run it, one of the two. He had probably a good 6 or 7 seconds to do something with it and could not.
There's a snap. Kick is away. It's a good kick, but it will not turn over. It's going to hit and once again take a neutral bounce. And Charles Henderson once again with good field position at the 40-yard line, a 27-yard punt.
Well, Charles Henderson gets the ball back again. I'm going to tell you something. We're just lackluster still here in the third quarter. Charles Henderson's really, they're kind of battling around. I'm sure their coaching staff told them when they come out the second half, you punch in the end zone, this game's ours. It's still to that point here with less than 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. If they put one in, it's an awful steep hill for the Tigers to climb.
Taking the shotgun snap as quarterback Adams throwing the screen pass. They've set it up again, but the pursuit from the backside able to catch up to that play and stop it after a 3-yard gain. It was Yanze Pierre that came from pursuing from behind to bring that down after a 3-yard gain.
Actually, Yanze had the pressure on the quarterback, and he lofted it over him. Our outside defender turned it back in, and Yanze's pursuit, just good hustle from him, was able to stop it for a 3-yard gain.
So 2nd and 7 from the 43. They'll hand it off to Coleman, the running back. He will break around the end this time, and he stiff arms a couple of Tiger players. Finally going to be tackled out of bounds, but not before he picks up a Trojan first down in Tiger territory down somewhere around the 47-yard line. We'll see where they spot him. Actually, we'll see. Looks like the 46-yard line. So that's it's going to be a 13-yard gain on just a straight give play around the end. That's the first. Doug, that's the first down. Actually, only the second first down of the second half. Eufaula has one now. Charles Henderson has one first down.
Wow.
Going to hand off. Going to be tackled right there at the line of scrimmage. A flag comes down in an unusual place. They're going to say holding against Charles Henderson. I did not see a penalty against Eufaula, but I did not see one of the Charles Henderson players blocking right there either.
I'll be honest, it was the back for Charles Henderson up against 3 Tigers, so it must have been something on the way by getting to the backfield. But when he threw it and where he threw it, it was right there where 3 Tigers took him down. But he'll have first down over again. But it should be about 1st and 20 after that penalty.
It is 1st and 20 from the 44-yard line of Charles Henderson. The clock moving at actually stopped at 1:55 to go in the third quarter. Still 20-7. Charles Henderson leads in this one.
Three-man rush.
Quarterback looking to throw. He's going to throw it down. He has a man behind the defense. Fortunately, he threw it a little long that time for Stephon Mosley, a 6 foot, 215-pound. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mosley is listed at 5'10", 170. I'm sorry. But
he got behind the defender, and he was just a step away from taking it to the house there. A good shot, 2nd and 20 now for the Trojans. I guess, thinking he would get part of it back and have a chance, just making the 2nd and 3rd down a little bit shorter, but they went for it all. Now they're looking at 2nd and 20.
But once again, he was a step or two behind the defense on that play.
3-man rush. They're double and triple teaming Yanze, and we're just not getting pressure from the other side.
Yanze's got his shoulder pads revealed on the right shoulder. Yeah, double team on Yanze. No pressure. Now it was holding on the interior. Now Yanze's coming. They threw a penalty. They threw a flag down here, probably a hold. The hold that we saw.
They threw a flag on Yanze for tackling the quarterback.
They did throw a flag there. It's going to be offsetting penalties. It'll be 2nd down all over again, I believe. I think they got a hold on the interior lineman. They were blocking on Dice Barnett. They held him going straight up the middle, and then they're going to throw a penalty probably on Yanze or on the hit on the quarterback.
53, the big guy. That's several times he's been called for holding tonight on that left side. So
it is offsetting penalties. It's going to be 2nd down all over again.
Quarterback played that off well. When he went down, he grabbed his shoulder like he was hurt, got the flag, and then he pops right up. He's fine. So when it's all said and done, the only thing that it hurt was the clock a little bit. It's a little bit of time ran off. They take out number 20 and bring in another receiver.
Still in the third quarter, 1:39 to go in the third quarter. No score in the third quarter.
Why is the clock running? It was an incomplete pass on the last play other than the offsetting penalties.
Yeah. Only about
That's a
12
lateral.
seconds.
That's a
ran
lateral.
off.
That's a lateral. And he's wide open.
Yep, it's going to be a touchdown for Charles Henderson on the trick play.
Well, I was calling for us to do that earlier tonight. There it was.
56 yards on the play. And as old Dandy Don used to say, there's 13 minutes left to go in this game, but you might could turn the lights out on that one, Doug, because it was a lateral, and the Tigers got caught sleeping. Nobody was in the secondary. He was wide open by 15 or 20 yards, and they have a 36-yard touchdown pass, now a 56-yard touchdown pass.
I'm going to tell
Big
you,
plays that continue to kill the Tigers.
We got to start evaluating ourselves a little bit better on film because we called it. We said for weeks now coming into this game, the thing that worried us was about their receivers getting behind us. And we addressed that with our coaching staff and brought it up. And that did not seem to be a big concern that they would be getting behind us. But that's been the difference in the ball game tonight.
That and turnovers. So, you keep slipping around the creek bank. Eventually you're going to slip in. And that's what's happened to the Tigers here in the third quarter. The Tigers had the football trailing by 13 points 3 times and have done nothing with it. 3 times the Tigers just score on 2 of those 3. They could have drawn even. Now they're 3 scores behind again.
Well, that's something the Tigers have got to address. It seems like when they come focused, they're a hard team to beat. But, just let the little things get them down. They cannot turn the ball over. We got to have a better kicking game in all phases, punting, receiving, everything to be a playoff contender. And Charles Henderson is coming here and shown who should be ranked into the top 10. And it's not the Eufaula Tigers on this night.
I tell you what, Doug, if I was a high school football coach, I would be going down and trying to identify someone and develop them as a kicker, because that is such a weapon, as you've seen here tonight. I mean, that has been a big difference in this game. The turnovers are huge, but the special teams, the kicking game in particular, I mean, we're losing 20 yards at least on every exchange.
It's tough. You got to pick up 2 extra first downs every time you go out on the field, and that just catches up with you.
There's the kick. It's a driving kick. Once again, it's going to hit inside the 5. It didn't look like a very good kick from him, but it hit inside the 5 and shot through the end zone as he kicked it away from the Tiger return man. And once again, for the 5th time tonight, Eufaula start at the 20-yard line after a Charles Henderson kickoff.
That's one rule I look for them to change in high school ball before too long, too, is starting at the 20. Even colleges, the 25 and stuff now. So, but Tigers will start at the 20, and we'll see what happens here. 1:14 to go in the third quarter play. 27-7, the Tigers trail at home.
Cotton in shotgun formation. He takes the snap. Going to throw a screen this time to Harris. Harris in the secondary. Harris breaking back across the field. He's across midfield. He'll go down inside the 45-yard line. The ball came out late. I believe they're going to call him down. Yeah. He went down at the 43-yard line. It is 36 or 37 yards, depending on where they spot it down. We're still waiting on to spot the football.
There's a flag is coming back.
So a big holding call there. It would have been a big momentum play there to pick up 36 yards. Instead, Tigers going to go back and be backed up inside the 15-yard line. It was a whiteout night here at Tiger Stadium, Doug. Everything was set up for this to be a big night of football for Eufaula, but certainly been a downer.
Make sure to mark that penalty down on our stats there.
Already got it.
First and it's a spot foul. We'll call it 1st and 18-ish.
Cotton takes it, looking to throw. He pump fakes now. He pulls it down. He's got a man.
Throw the ball wide open
late.
Right here.
His momentum was carrying to the sidelines. He really couldn't put enough on it to get it. Tron Mitchell up around the 40-yard line. It'll go as an incompletion. It'll be second down now. Second down 16 for the Tigers from the 14-yard line. Stops the clock. Still in the third quarter with 50.8 seconds to go. The whole second half has been pretty much so on the Tiger side of midfield. Harris is the back behind Cotton. Looking to throw. Going to pull it down again.
Do something.
He finds a man late. It's Tron Mitchell. He'll have a first down up across the 30 to the 31. It's going to be a 17-yard gain for the Tigers.
I'm not so sure we didn't get away with one there, Keith.
Across the line of scrimmage?
Yes. They're going to give it to him.
Well, they haven't yet. No, they're marking. It's a 16. They marked it. Back to him just short. I think one of the officials hurt himself.
Yeah, he pulled up lame.
They did not give him the first down. It's just short of the 30, it looks like.
Yeah.
38.5 seconds to go. It looked like he caught it up around the 31-yard line.
Well, like I said, I'm not so sure we weren't several yards across the line of scrimmage. When you see somebody scramble that long, I was looking for a holding, but then he still went forward. He threw a good pass, picked up 17 yards, 1 yard short, but it'll be a big 3rd and 1. Tell you what, let's take a quick 15 or 30-second timeout while they attend to the official, and we'll be back from the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth after this commercial break.
Does your IT infrastructure or computer equipment have you sidelined? Don't throw in the towel yet. Call Chris Works at Works Consulting at 334-695-2820.
Being like back.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? APEC Metal
Back at Tiger Stadium, where the Tigers trail 27-7. They've been outscored 7-0 here in the second half in the third quarter. It was a 56-yard touchdown pass on a double pass.
Well, we gained a yard there somehow during that timeout, Keith, and they gave us the first down. Maybe it was just they didn't have it spotted in the right spot. But we'll take it. Tigers had sent out the G line, which is still in the huddle. I don't think we've realized that it was a first down yet. And we did not. They don't realize it's first down, and we've got the heavy set out.
Kind of a wasted play there as we went for a yard. Nick Floyd.
Officials timeout. The official's still hobbling out there on the field. He's trying to mark the ball. He's a side judge, so he's got to back way up. He's going to not be in position on any of these calls. They need to just take the clock operator up here and send him out here because we got somebody over there. Well, they actually moved him up behind the linebackers.
He's gonna be really in harm's way though. He can't get it. There's 8 seconds left. If they don't snap it quickly, this is gonna we're kind of shifting
3,
out, but it's gonna end the quarter.
2, 1. He got it off, and they blew the whistle.
No, they threw a flag on us for legal motion.
Well,
so we went in a hurry, and it's going to cost us 5 yards to start the fourth quarter. They called it illegal procedure on Eufaula. So
the official on the Troy sideline is walking up, pointing at the Troy side and saying offsides. The head official was trying to call motion on the Tigers. But the head official did not throw a flag. Gimpy out there is ready to mark all 5 yards against us already. Yeah, gimping on around there. Let's go this way. Instead of 2nd and 9, it should be 2nd and 4. My goodness. I know he's got a hurt leg, but come on now. That ain't 5 yards, is it?
Yeah, it was 5.
Is it?
Yeah,
right.
We only picked up a yard on that Nick Floyd G-line run.
Well,
we
should have a yes, it's going to be a non-timed play as the clock's on zeros.
Boy, they're ripping at the ball. Did you see that?
It should be a first down. Carry there by number 3 for the Tigers.
Nick Floyd.
That's
the end of the third quarter as the Tigers do pick up the first down on a 6-yard run by Floyd. And we'll come back with fourth quarter action. The Tigers trailing 27-7 after this commercial break.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Back at Tiger Stadium, it's 1st and 10 for the Eufaula Tigers, 42-yard line at Eufaula as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. But it's do or die time now for the Tigers, down 3 touchdowns. They cannot waste any possessions at this point. And I don't know why we're in this tight set all the time now on this possession, Doug, but we're going to try to throw the ball. We throw it to Pugh. Maybe that's why he catches it into Trojan territory. He'll take it down to the 43-yard line of Charles Henderson. So that will be
16.
Yes, 16 or 17 yards. That's 7, and yeah, you're right. 16 yards on that play. Stops the clock momentarily for the first down, but they quickly set it back in motion. Tigers on the first down play. Take the snap. Looking to throw is Cotton. He's going to throw it. Has a man down there is Anderson. He is interfered with, and they do throw the flags there. All 3 officials back there throw the flag as he got ran into. It was a little bit of an underthrow that time. It'll give the Tigers a free 15. But got to have a sense of urgency here, Doug, as they are going to have to score, really going to have to score here in the next minute or so, then hold Charles Henderson, do it again.
Well, we've been looking for Anderson all night. There it was. And that's actually in high school football. That is a penalty from the line of scrimmage. So it would save the Trojans, good 15 yards.
Right. It's a 15-yard penalty, and Eufaula has the ball at the 27-yard line of Charles Henderson. Cotton takes it, looking to throw. He's going to throw a pass. Has man there, Slaughter will catch it right around the 11-yard line of Charles Henderson where he's driven out of bounds. That's going to be, if it's the 11-yard line, that's another 16-yard gain, the third 16-yard gain on this possession alone. We'll call it 16. It looks like it's the 11. It's on the far side of the field.
Tigers can't get a first down before they get into the end zone. Actually, where it's marked, Keith, that first down marker looks at the 2 or 3 yard line, probably 2, so it may be out about the 12.
Tigers in the G line cell once again. They're going to pass out of it. They're going to throw an interception. He threw it straight to Charles Henderson inside at the 5-yard line. The 4th turnover of the night. 4th turnover of the night. 2nd interception. 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions.
Well, he just ran out of room that time. He's been getting away with it a couple times, not lobbing it over the guy to our receiver, just a tight, short field. And that's the kind of pass you cannot make.
Nope. That may seal the deal here. The Tigers were inside the red zone once again. They turned the ball over at the 10-yard line of Charles Henderson and now at the 5-yard line of Charles Henderson. Unless Charles Henderson turns the ball over for a pick 6 or a scoop score quickly here, things do not look good at all. There's a handoff, sweeping the left side. Going to get up across the 10-yard line to about the 11. Looks like a gain of 6 on that play for
Coleman.
Zach Coleman.
You know, it seems like we've called his name a lot tonight, but that's his 10th carry, and he's only got 35 yards. So
that stops the clock on the out of bounds play. He picked up 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. 4 turnovers against Eufaula. The Tigers undoing tonight. That and giving up big plays on defense. 36-yard touchdown pass, 56-yard touchdown pass, 45-yard pick 6. Run the option as quarterback. He's going to keep it for a first down. As he gets up near the 20-yard line, he'll go down to the, looks like the 19-yard line. Count that off at 8 yards and a Trojan first down. Tigers really needed to force the 3 and out there to get the ball back anywhere close to midfield. Keeps the clock moving. That'll take another 2 minutes at least off the clock.
Well, we had several questions coming into tonight, and several of them got answered. Tigers got to find some improvement between now and the end of the season, or could be a short playoff again.
And it's Coleman looking to sweep the outside. He's going to turn the corner. He's down the sidelines. He'll finally be run out of bounds up near midfield. Up around the 35-yard lines where he'll be run out of bounds. But that's a gain of 15 on that play. And another 3 runs coming off the 5-yard line, Doug. It picked up 29 yards and 3 carries.
They have a player that looked like he came off the sideline.
It's Coleman, I believe.
As a Coleman, he was going to the sideline. Okay. And they told him to go down, I guess.
With that timeout, he's going to hit his feet now, so we won't step aside. But it's going to be a regrouping week this week, Doug. We've got 1 region game left next week. That's Rehoboth at home. It'll be the region championship. I have to wait another year.
Senior night. Yep.
Senior night.
At least another year. Hey.
This is a relatively young Charles Henderson team as well. Yep. Quarterback's a junior. A lot of their linemen are sophomores and juniors. The running back, Coleman, is a junior. Going to hand it off. It'll be number 20 up to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 on that play. That is Antonio Frazier. He is a sophomore, kind of carrying on with the youthful theme for Charles Henderson. Not an old team, a fairly young team for Charles Henderson, coming off a 2-8 season last year was Charles Henderson. Pair of backs in the backfield flanking Adams, the junior quarterback. 2nd down and 6. Actually, 2nd and 5 from the 40. First down would come at the 45-yard line. Charles Henderson in no hurry here. They'll hand it off again, and he's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage and brought down for no gain on the play.
53 is very fortunate he didn't get his 3rd holding call tonight there on that play.
So 3rd and 5, 9:52 and the clock rolling here in the 4th quarter. Doug, it looks like most of the Tiger faithful that came tonight are still here. I see a few people trickling out, but most everyone's still here with less than 10 minutes to go, and the Tigers trailing by 3 touchdowns. Just not the Tigers' night tonight. Bunch set, split out to the left. Quarterback takes it. He's going to flush from the pocket. He's rolling, looking to throw. He's going to throw a late pass. It's going to be complete, and it's good enough for a Trojan first down. They needed 5. They got 6.
They don't like it because they waited a little long to blow the whistle there, and the Tigers slung him backwards. But that was the theme of the night from the Trojan defense from the get-go, and there was no flag. So first down for the Trojans as they at the 46-yard line.
This looks like
tired defense.
Yeah, tired defense was exactly what I was about to say. They moved the ball 40 yards off the goal line after the interception.
Tigers do send Patrick Screws out there on the defensive line now to try to stop some of this rushing.
There's a handoff
Patrick
straight
makes
in the
the
middle.
tackle right in the middle of it.
Good job. Big Pat Screws. No gain on that play. But the damage is being done with the clock here. 8:45 and counting here in the fourth quarter with Eufaula trailing by 20. As we said, it's been a game of mistakes for Eufaula. It started on the opening possession. Tigers moved it 70 yards down to the 10-yard line of Charles Henderson before a fumble. Gave it over to Charles Henderson. That really set the tone of the night. There's a pass play. Man's down the field, and an outstanding catch.
Wow.
Outstanding catch by number 3. He one-handed catch at the 23-yard line. So that was over 30 yards. I'm not sure exactly what it was. They were up to the 46-yard line, so I believe it was going to be a 31-yard reception, I believe, on that play. Either way, it's a first down, and this drive began at the 5-yard line of Charles Henderson after the interception.
Throwing the ball up by that much, mark it up into memory.
So 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line of Eufaula. Quarterback looking to throw once again. He's going to pull it down. He's going to throw it late. It's going to be batted down. It would have been incomplete, out of bounds anyway. Coleman on the coverage.
Second down and 10 now as they're knocking on the red zone one more time.
This is actually the best drive. This is actually the best drive of the night for Charles Henderson. They have not had any sustained drives prior to this one. This drive began back at their 5-yard line, and they've moved 72 yards already on this possession. There's not been a penalty flag on this possession against either team, so 72 yards of offense on this possession alone for Charles Henderson following the Eufaula interception. Handoff, running at left tackle. Good for 3 yards down the 20-yard line is Antonio Frazier, sophomore, running back for Charles Henderson.
Yeah, Charles Henderson, a lot was made of Eufaula being dropping down from 5A to 6A, and everybody was scared to be the best in the region. Rehoboth is actually the biggest school in our region, but Charles Henderson is only either 3 or 4 schools away from being a 4A program.
Yeah, I saw that their
I think they're
numbers were in the
54th out of
400s.
57
Yeah.
or something like that.
Only a 2-yard gain on that last play. They're throwing it up and incomplete down around the end zone. That pass intended for Jawan Boyd. Coleman on the coverage, and it'll be incomplete.
4th down.
4th.
They're going to try a field goal with the excellent kicker. He's got the leg, that's for sure.
Well, that would make it 30-7. That stops the clock with 7 minutes exactly to go here in the fourth quarter. Eufaula trailing 20-7. This possession for Charles Henderson took 4 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock as they drove it 78 yards. I'm sorry.
39-yard field goal
80
attempt.
yards from their 5-yard line. Here's a snap, kick. Kick is up, plenty of leg. Kick looks to be good, and it is no good. They say wide left. But 4 minutes taken off the clock. Eufaula will take over at the 20-yard line. Seven minutes, actually just under 7 minutes. 6:54 to go in the game. Eufaula trails by 3 scores. It's desperation time now, Duggan. You almost in the situation where if you do score quickly, you almost have to onside kick. Cotton calling for the shotgun snap. He drops it on the ground. Finally picks it up. He's trying to run away from pressure. He's going to throw it late.
That's going to be grounding. What, nobody within 30 yards?
Now they're calling holding on Eufaula.
Who? Cotton was running for his life.
I don't know.
By himself. Hey, way he was running for his life. It couldn't have been no holding on that play.
They're going to call the hold anyway, and it's going to be a huge penalty. Once again, they mark off 10 yards. They snap that ball from the 20-yard line, Doug, and they're going to take the ball all the way back to the 7. They just do that on this end of the field. Say 13-yard penalty on that hold. Cotton in his end zone, rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's going to be pressured late. He steps up. He's going to take a sack all the way back to the 1-yard line.
Well, it ain't been his night, that's for sure.
So he loses 6 more yards on that sack.
This is the worst defeat the Tigers have had at home or even on the road. But
Pike Road.
No, that wasn't the worst defeat.
Oh, worst
33 to nothing last year. I think it was the second game of the season against Central of Phoenix City.
That's right. Second down, extremely long. Cotton in his end zone looking to throw a screen. He's going to roll. He maybe take a safety. It's incomplete.
Probably could have got a holding for a safety there, too.
So it's third and very long. Things don't look good at all. This is as good as the Tigers looked at Greenville and some of the other games we played this year. We've looked just that bad tonight. Now, give credit to Charles Henderson, but a lot of it's been unforced errors, self-inflicted wounds against the Tigers inflicted on themselves tonight. Charles Henderson jumps. That's going to give the Tigers 5 at least to get them out of the end zone. But if the Tigers throw an incomplete pass here, Charles Henderson's looking to get the ball inside the 30-yard line.
And they threw the ball down the field a lot on the last one. So don't think they won't score again. So
this is going to be one of those head scratchers and eyebrow raisers around the state when people see this score. Not an expected outcome tonight for sure. Cotton going to throw the ball downfield, has a man there. It's going to be Mitchell. Incomplete. So the Tigers are 4th down, 23 yards to go and punting from their goal line.
I'd rather see that than run around and give us a chance anyway. Out of punt, they get great field position again. Anderson will stand 8 yards deep in his end zone with 5:49 to go in this ball game.
Tell you, at least in the overtime game against Pike Road, you're playing a 6A opponent. You lost in overtime. You didn't feel terrible about it. There are no moral victories. That punt comes down to the 37-yard line. Of course, we miss a tackle. Don't let him run it back down the sidelines. He's back inside the 10. He's going to return it all the way down to the 3-yard line. It's just a wholesale breakdown for the Tigers at this point.
No, they done quit is what it is. A lot of folks don't like to hear me say that, but that's exactly what it looks like to me. And I'm going to tell you, this is one of those things you're just going to have to go back. You can't say, you're just going to say you got to get better.
Right.
And play next week and win that one and then go into the playoffs. And, everybody's got a chance if you make the playoffs. So, but you can't have any nights like this or you get embarrassed in a hurry in those playoffs.
Well,
Patrick was out there on a goal line defense, and for some reason they take him back out. But Charles Henderson is going to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout too. Be back at the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth after this commercial timeout.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature.
All right, we're back at Tiger Stadium. It's first and goal for Charles Henderson. Well, yet again, a Charles Henderson possession that begins in Tiger territory. It'll be first and goal from inside the 3-yard line. They'll hand it off, sweeping the left side and into the end zone easily. Goes number 24, a new running back. That's his first carry of the game into the end zone. And Charles Henderson has blown this wide open, 33-7. Just not a whole lot to say, folks, at this point.
I'm sorry, I was eating a hot dog.
That's all right, no problem. I mean, you know, dead air tonight's not the worst thing in the world because there's just not a whole lot positive to talk about. And kick is up and good, 34-7 in favor of Charles Henderson. $5:29 to go in the game at this point.
Whew. 5:29 still left in this game. My goodness gracious!
He made it.
What was that?
Just checking to make sure he made the extra point.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, he made it. So 34-7. You know, we've talked about all year, Doug, about the youth on this coaching staff. This is a
you're up 27 points. What could you need to call your whole team to huddle together for over there to?
I don't know, but it's going to be a enjoyable ride back to Troy for them tonight. And Eufaula's made several appearances in the 5A poll this season, but they may have seen their last ranking unless they run the table.
I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I've always called it like I see it. Eufaula's looked good at times this year. Watching tonight, I wouldn't vote for them.
Oh, absolutely not. This is actually the worst that Eufaula's looked all season long tonight. Did not play well at Headland, but they did rebound and respond to win that football game. Just never could find it tonight as mistake after mistake after mistake have doomed the Tigers tonight. Kicking 3 yards deep in the end zone. Tigers will take over for the, I guess it'll be the sixth time tonight after the touchback. I tell you what, Charles, Doug, it'll be a region championship for Charles Henderson. And with this young team, the Tigers have to go to Troy next year. The quarterback will be back. The running back will be back.
Well, I don't see Headland beating them at Headland next week, but that is a possibility that it could happen. But they sure look like region champions to me tonight.
Handoff will be tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
And that's about the only thing to add insult to injury. We have somebody hurt now.
It was a Red Harris on the carry.
That is our left
And
guard, I think it is.
So it looks like he's going to be down for a moment. We'll step aside for a commercial break and be back with more Tiger football after this timeout.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
And we're back. 5:18 to go in the fourth quarter play. Eufaula trails 34-7. 34-7. Second down 10 from the 20-yard line. Cotton is checked out of the ball game. New quarterback in the game is Cobb. He will take it. He'll hand it off to the freshman, who's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage for no gain. I want to tell you what, Doug, I know we were substituting. I'm not sure if Charles, maybe Charles Henderson has a little bit, but
yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit across the front. But we have, I don't see any starters out there except maybe Anderson still on the outside for us. Well, actually, Anderson and
Tron Mitchell.
Mitchell, yes.
Now, really, a Slaughter's in there.
All our outside guys.
Cobb's going to look to run this time. He's going to be tackled from behind for a loss on the play. They're going to throw a face mask penalty, I believe.
One thing, Troy's had a lot of speed tonight. If you think about it, Harris broke away more than once. Then the receiver got caught the one time down the sideline. The few times that we've had a chance to break away, Charles Henderson's had better speed than the Tigers tonight, able to run them down, and it shows up right there. And has all night as our backs would try to get away in the backfield, or Slaughter would try to run on the sweep that we've done successfully so much this year. Just a lot of speed out of the Trojan defense.
It is a face mask on Charles Henderson. 4:14 to go here in the fourth. 34-7. Charles Henderson leads. It'll be first down for Eufaula after the penalty. Well, no, it won't be a first down. It'll be third down and 1. That does not carry an automatic first down. Cobb is your quarterback. He'll take it. He'll hand it off to Slaughter, who's up the middle. The freshman crosses the 40 up to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 14. Just a good hard run that time by Slaughter. Slaughter's checking out. I guess Jave Williams is checking back in for the Tigers at running back, the sophomore.
I don't know why the clock's stopped now, but it is.
It's running again. 4 minutes to go. Quick throw to the outside, complete to Thomas Hill, the sophomore, up around the 48-yard line. Face mask penalty on Charles Henderson will give the Tigers a first down. Just a lopsided defeat no matter what happens on this possession. The Tigers, the young Tiger offense, you'd like to see them be able to punch it in maybe, but first and 10 from the 37-yard line of Charles Henderson. Quick throw, incomplete, intended for Hill once again. Just unable to corral that pass down here around the line of scrimmage at 37-yard line. Incompletion will stop the clock with 3:49 to go.
When's the last time you could say the Tigers were 3 points away from a running clock?
Yeah, I know. At home against a region opponent. And, we'd have to go a long way back to see what was the biggest
6A.
Yeah, the most lopsided region home loss. You might have to go back 20 years. Benjamin Russell beat the Tigers in a region contest here 30-0.
Was that a region?
I think it was a region game. Benjamin Russell was in our region for a period of time right along. And it may not have been a region game. You may be right. It may not have been a region game. But a home region loss, you'd have to go back quite a ways, I believe, to see a 27-point home region loss. It's just been that wasn't a region though. That was a playoff game. Handoff up the middle this time. Jave Williams. He's going to take it inside the 35 down to about the 30. That was on third down to 34. It'll be fourth down now. Clock is at 3:30 and counting here, but this is I think this is the 5th time at least the Tigers have been in Charles Henderson territory. They have 1 touchdown to show for it. Tigers with 4 turnovers tonight. 4th down and 7 now. Cobb calls for it. He's looking to throw. He has a receiver there. He had a receiver inside that was open for a first down. He sailed that pass wide out of bounds, intended for Hill, and the Tigers will turn it over on downs.
A lot of substitutions on defense also. At this point, there's no need to let the young guys get some plays in. Don't get anybody else hurt. Because I need to check something, but let's check something right quick. Our opponent next week is Rehoboth will be coming into here. Rehoboth was playing Greenville tonight. They only have 1 win on the season. It was the first week against our underclass Wicksburg.
But last week, this Charles Henderson team
27 to 15.
Yeah, 27 to 15 at Troy. So they made their first trip on the road a successful one tonight.
Thought they played good at home. They sure play good on the road.
34 points is one of their biggest point outputs of the year. They beat Greenville, I think it was.
They scored 38 against Carroll, and other than that, they scored 34 at Greenville. So, yep. And what is even more frightening, Tigers have put up the least points on them tonight, as Carroll has had scored on them all year.
As
and
Charles
we were at
Henderson,
home.
yeah.
Charles Henderson, excuse me.
Yeah. Well, it's an humbling game. You know, what happens a lot of times when teams have success, it's hard. You know, success is hard to handle sometimes, and it sure seems like that, Tigers have had a great year. We overcame the 2-touchdown deficit at Headland and pulled that game out, ended up winning by 2 touchdowns. Otherwise, lost an overtime home game to Pike Road, a game the Tigers easily could have won.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
otherwise punched in the gut, and they came out, like you said, at Headland and rebounded. There's been no rebound here tonight. It was that first drive, and it seems like when we turned the ball over on that first drive, maybe a little bit of spark before the pick 6, but it seems like everything was downhill after that.
Well, it was the pick 6 followed by a 3-and-out, and then a 1-play drive for a touchdown. 2 touchdowns within 2 minutes and 10 seconds for Charles Henderson. And those 2 touchdowns really, that 2-minute stretch really determined the outcome of this game. And Doug, you remember the first game of the year against Stanhope Elmore, the Tigers didn't do much in the first half, but it was the last 3 minutes of the first half, the Tigers scored 16 points that really turned that Stanhope Elmore game into a Tiger victory. Tonight, it was about a 2-minute stretch.
Well, Pike Road was 4th quarter before we came back and woke up, so just never happened tonight.
2:30, the clock rolling here, 34-7. And add insult to injury, it's a long game as well, as we're at 9:42 Central Standard Time. Handoff up the middle, takes it up to the 40-yard line, 41-yard line. It's 3rd down and about 3.5. 3rd and 3.5, 2 minutes, 1:59 counting. Charles Henderson in no hurry here. They have their reserves in the game.
We go to
now.
the expert tonight and asked Charles, what does the Tigers need to do to rebound for next week?
Charles says no comment.
No
He's not going to flip his mic down for that one. Handoff up the middle. Struggling for yardage. He's going to get Charles Henderson first down across the 45-yard line. That comes 1:25 to go. Clock continues. Now they will stop it at 1:23.
First down.
First down, Charles Henderson. They can run this one out here.
Charles, we all got confidence in the Tigers, but it's just been one of those nights tonight. Charles is coming off. He's glad to have him back from our from his little COVID visit, and probably still got his voice down a little bit over here.
We got about a play or two left in this one. 1st and 10, Charles Henderson from the 46 of Charles Henderson, taking the shotgun snap. Going to take the knee at the 40-yard line. That is with 49 seconds to go. Play clocks are not even being operated in the end zone, so they can just let this run out if they so choose.
I don't understand why they worked some tonight and briefly, but for the most part tonight, I don't know if there's two folks down there. We're paying somebody for not doing anything, because I think they operated maybe one or two series, but other than that, they've just set at 25 all night.
So that'll do it, folks. One more snap for Charles Henderson with 10 seconds or so on the clock. That'll be it. So the Tigers on the losing end of a 34-7 score tonight. Very disappointing effort here in front of the home folks. Tigers will finish no better than second in region number 2, 5A this year. It'll be another year for the Tigers to potentially find another region championship. Doug, there's really not a whole lot we can add to this one.
No, be sure to come out next week. It's still been a successful year for the Tigers. They still should make the playoffs okay, and it'll be senior night next Friday night here, the last home game of the regular season before they wind up in Early County the next week. And then they'll have a week to regroup and rebound and get better, hopefully before the playoffs.
All right. For Doug Apple and Charles Irvin, I'm Keith Brown. Wish you a good night and a great weekend. Go Tigers.